Well, that was a great weekend of NFL football. I hope everyone sat down and watched, just like Tua. Okay, moving on. Let's start with the NFC West. You guys have to be the best division this year. Thank you. We do have 12 wins. You have 12 wins. We only have 11. You have 11 wins. We have 11, and everyone's injured. You guys are winning games? We have clinched the NFC East. The 20-year streak is over. Yes, only 10 more years, and we'd have tied the Cowboys' playoff streak. Philly, what is wrong with Jake Elliott? Nothing, really, because he's looking more like Missy Elliott. I would have you tell him to kick rocks, but he'd probably miss those too. Look, we have a ton of confidence in him. Is that why you went for 2? That's it. That reminds me, we are suspending DK 2 games for almost punching a fan. He just spent $500,000 to not even land a punch, but so did Jake Paul. Good news, Trayvon Diggs is okay. A TV just fell on it. A TV's now covered more NFL players than he has. Dallas, it's December, and you're already eliminated from the playoffs. In our defense, we were eliminated the day we hired Matt Eberflus. So get him in here. Matt, I thought moving you up to the booth was going to give you a better view of the field. Since when has the field been 100 yards? F the Packers! We are the best team in the NFL. Who would have ever doubted Caleb Williams? You did. Well, yes, congratulations to Chicago. After the game, Caleb was handing out meals at a food drive. I haven't seen someone give back to Chicago that quickly since Romeo Dobbs. Rich, how do you mess up an onside kick in 2025? How were we supposed to know they were going to onside kick? They tell you! Okay, so we had one off game. We will be fine. You guys kept that in the game. Quick question. With Myles Garrett's record, if we sack our own quarterback, does that count? Moving on, the Chiefs' offense is so bad now. It's like watching a car crash, but you can't look away. We're not all Rishi Rice. Okay, Mahomes didn't cover up that much. Mahomes covered up lack of growth better than Marcus Freeman's hair paint. Guys, J.J. McCarthy's hurt again. Oh, my God. Will you get Joel Embiid out of here? Also, New Year's Eve is coming up. If you want to see the ball drop in New York, just watch Darius Slayton. Look, he can catch, okay? His hands are fine. Jason Pierre-Paul has better hands. Well, moving on, a stray firework landed on the Ravens field. Luckily, we didn't have to worry about it hitting Derrick Henry because he wasn't on the field. John, why did Derrick Henry score in the fourth quarter and then never touch the ball again? Well, we're saving him for the playoffs. Get out. Okay. At least one Harbaugh got a postseason ban. How was that not defensive pass interference on Kayshon Boutte? That was the worst call I've ever seen. Yes, we are sorry about that. That was the worst booty call since Sharon Moore's. Speaking of a blonde scoring multiple times with a new head coach, where's Trevor Lawrence? Lastly, the Colts defense also led down Phillip Rivers. I've never seen anything fail Phillip Rivers more than a defense, except birth control. Well, that was a great weekend of NFL football. I hope everyone sat down and watched, just like Tua. Okay, moving on. Let's start with the NFC West. You guys have to be the best division this year. Thank you. We do have 12 wins. You have...
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Sports world, y'all know what it is, man. It's Andre the George Robinson, the fire starter in the building. What's good on this phenomenal Christmas Eve? Happy holiday to everybody. Happy Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. Happy holidays to everybody. You already know what it is. Make sure you like and share the show. The best part about the holidays is sports and your kids. Other than that, it's just another day to me. With that being said, oh my goodness, how the hell do you have freaking Monday Night Madness up here when I definitely had World Class Wednesdays up there? It's all good. Nevertheless, make sure y'all like and share the show. We're gonna welcome y'all to the fire lane today. We're gonna do some journalism and then talk about some other things too. We're gonna start off the show with something a little different today. We're not talking about we're not gonna start off the show with NFL. We're gonna start off the show with the fight. Obviously, you guys watched Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul go at it. Before we even get to talking about topics, though, I also have to introduce Mr. Friday Night Lights itself, Mr. Every Monday through Thursday, Coffee Talk, Mr. The Can Man. You gotta get rid of that. I'm sorry. That nickname is terrible. The Can Man that rocks the team that can. My guy, Marcus Alphabet, gets on my nerves during the week, but nevertheless, still be a brother for sure, regardless of getting on my nerves or not. Yeah. I'm also sure that Marcus the Alphabet will probably get on my nerves during this show as well as I'll get on his nerves today as well. So get ready for a nerve rattling, fire starting Alphabet show type show today. Marcus, what's up?
What's good, everybody? You know you got an echo going on, right?
Yep, I sure know that. Like 30 seconds, I know that. Because in about 30 seconds, it's not going to be there no more.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good Christmas Eve if you celebrate that. I want to send a shout out to my mom, Vanessa Betts. A lot of y'all know my mom. I just want to wish my mom a happy, even though it's Christmas Eve, I want to wish my mother, Vanessa Betts, a happy birthday.
I bet you don't hear. Do you hear a echo now?
No.
Exactly.
Okay.
Shout out to all y'all. Y'all get to see me in twos today. You see 1, 2. Yeah, you get to see me in twos today. Ooh, right. Double dosage of.
There you go. You got some sound? Okay.
All right. Anyway, couldn't get rid of me that fast. Of course, once again, I said you're getting a double dosage of me, and then all of a sudden, it went from 3 to 2. Now we back to 3. Marcus the Alphabet should know those numbers very well. Back to 2, 3, back to 2. Yeah, because that's how long it's damn near been since the Dallas Cowboys have won it. Okay, let me not start off the show like that. See, start off.
You start taking shots, and I gotta fire back.
That's how we go. See, as soon as I start off the show like that, then it's gonna be a very combustible show. But see, I told you, I know how to. You see the psyche, mention the Dallas Cowboys, or mention something else, and you're gonna see exactly what happened.
Did you see? You said the number 2?
No, I said number 3. I said 3 and then 2. And that's significant because that's almost as long as it's been since. But I stopped myself. I did say the Cowboys, but then I stopped myself because here comes Marcus about to say some more.
Because I was going to say two. I was going to say two. That's where the Green Bay Packers are in the NFC North. I was just saying, we're going to do numbers and stuff like that after number three. And since we're doing the number three, Jordan Love, he's the third best quarterback in the NFC East, in the NFC North. So if we're gonna do numbers, let's do numbers. Jared Goff, Caleb Williams, and Jordan Love, number three. So yeah. So it's all good.
You don't believe that yourself, but okay, go ahead. All right, here we go again. See, this is how the shows start and get real combustible.
Yeah.
With the good look.
Yeah.
I guess the alphabets with the good quick. He was quick on his feet that time.
Yeah.
You gotta give him a couple of finger snaps. Give him a couple of these, a couple of these, yada yadas. Man, Marcus, if you don't get your ass out of here with that nonsense, Jordan Love is not the third best quarterback.
Jordan Love might be Jordan Love. Speaking of the number two, Jordan Love might be the second best quarterback on his own team. Just saying, he might be the second best quarterback on his own team.
That's cute. That's very cute. You know what? With that being said, you're just giving my team compliments on the fact that we know how to develop players. I'm like, never mind. You know what? Let's go. Jake Paul got knocked the hell out, folks, by Anthony Joshua. Okay. Sixth round knockout. 6th round knockout. Okay. 6. Never mind. See, I was going to say something else. See, this is how you always want to start.
We can take shots all night. If you want to take shots, we can take shots all night.
Listen, this is not an LMFAO song. We not taking shots. Yeah. Everybody, we not doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a wonderful time of the year. That's supposed to be all about cheer, about Christmas cheer.
What's up, Mona? Merry Christmas, Mona, my lovely co-host.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Some teams know about Christmas cheer before others, especially when they're eliminated 3 weeks before the playoffs is over. But we ain't gonna go there. Okay. We're not gonna start about Christmas cheer. A lot of folks are already on the couch, already on vacation on the couch.
Yeah.
Wait. Matter of fact, that's hilarious. You said the number 3. Yep. Significant for George Pickens, who already is on the couch. Already after having a 1,000-yard season. Matter of fact, if you want to talk about 2, did you say 2? Did you say 2? The 2 significant for how many playoff wins your quarterback actually got in 8 years. But nevertheless, we're going to talk about Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. 6th round knockout. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Look, man. I love boxing, man. I love boxing. I boxed in the military. A lot of us grew up watching Mike Tyson back in the day. HBO and the pay-per-views and stuff like that. Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones Jr. And it's just sad, man, that boxing has dwindled down to, what it is. It's a circus, man. You got these guys, you got these clowns, that are exploiting the sport. And look, I understand. Look, make a living, but let's. I love boxing, man. I hate what it's turned into, but I have to say, man, I enjoyed watching Jake Paul get his face caved in nearly as much as I enjoyed watching the Chicago Bears beat the Packers. But anyways, I really enjoyed him getting his ass whipped because he's a clown. Like, all joking aside, Jake Paul he's a cartoon character, man. He's a cartoon character. He's been taking these circus fights. He's fighting Floyd May. He's fighting welterweights and washed up MMA fighters. Tyrone Woodley. He needs to retire, by the way. He got knocked out again the same night. But it just goes to show you, if you're fraudulent, which I believe Jake Paul is, he's a fraud. He's a YouTube fighter, and but he's made a lot of money. And that's what it seems to be that people like nowadays. They like clown shows. They like these reality shows, the Real Housewives of wherever, the Jersey Shore and the Real Life and all these goofy ass reality shows.
Hey, what do you expect? Your president is a real-time television guy too.
I wasn't going to say that, but yeah. But okay. But that's what is and he's a fraud. And, he fought a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. And it just goes to show you, when you get in the ring with somebody who's around your age, I mean, Joshua's still about 36 years old, but he's a real fighter, and he's an active fighter. Mike Tyson ain't fought in, 6-7 years, and he's 58 years old, And look, you can stay in shape. We saw Evander Holyfield get his ass knocked out too. Evander Holyfield is one of the greatest heavyweights ever. Multiple time undisputed world champion. His last fight, he got beat up. These guys, they come back and they think they can do stuff, and it's just like, look, you in your mind you can do it. You can train and you can do all this stuff and do sparring sessions, but it's just your reflexes and things like that. They just go away, and that's just what it is. But he fought a real fighter who still is an active fighter who, they're talking about maybe Joshua fighting Tyson Fury. I would like to see that. Maybe fighting Deontay Wilder. But it just goes to show you, when you're a fraud and you've been getting away with fraudulence, and I hate fraudulence, then you get exposed. And when he touched that chin, he and luckily he really didn't catch him as clean as he could have caught him. And I thought that Joshua kind of carried the fight a little bit. I thought he could have knocked him out earlier, but he kept running and grabbing him by the legs and falling down and all this stuff. He was in survival mode the entire time. He wasn't trying to win the fight. He was trying to, I survived 8 rounds with, I think it was 8 rounds. I think it was scheduled for 8 rounds, but it went 6. But that's all he was trying to survive. He wasn't trying to win the fight. And I think once he got in there, because a lot of people, they think they can do certain things, and then when they actually get in there, I think when he got in there, he actually was standing in the at the stare down. I think that's when reality set in, and you saw that look on his face right before he knocked him out. It's like, man, I really messed up.
I want to let you know right off the jump that we got a caller on the line, and hopefully you can hear. Okay. Caller, what's up?
Hey guys.
What's going on, Mona? Merry Christmas, Mona.
I'm going to address Marcus on this. Surely to God, you're not going to sit there and try to feed to the people that Tyson was too old to fight in that fight. Tyson was too old. He was paid off. If Tyson had fought the way he trained, because I watched all his training videos, if Tyson had hit him one time in the first round, he'd have knocked his ass out.
Yep, I agree.
That's the thing about fighting, though. That's
this beating that he got with the broken jaw. Shit, Tyson would have probably caved his skull with.
He would have. But here's the thing about you got to hit. Look, Mike Tyson has never been that great when it comes to stamina. Look, I started boxing because of Mike Tyson.
Marcus Betts, 1 round. If he would have been a first round, he would have been somewhere in around the 35-42nd mark of that first round. If Tyson was really going to fight him, I watched his training videos, and the way he was hitting them gloves, he was killing those guys that he was training with. One punch to the side of his face would have changed his head in.
Okay, hang on. Have you ever watched the movie? Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
And that was all fake bullshit. That was all fake bullshit.
Have you ever watched the movie Bloodsport?
Yes, it was all fake bullshit.
Okay. And you remember when he was up there, he was breaking the bricks. Do you remember what the guy said to him? He said, "That's cute. Bricks not hit back." when you're hitting gloves, that all looks good. A lot of these professional fighters, when they're doing the speed bag and all of that stuff, it's just like I told you with football. The only way to get better at football is to play football. You can do
Tyson and Paul's fight to anything related to being real. You're not going to do that, not with me. I'm telling you, I told you from the get-go that was a fake fight. He was paid to lose. He said he chewed on his damn thumb part of his glove the whole fight. He didn't do that the whole time he was training. He was beating the hell out of those guys that were training with him. There is no absolute way that this guy who beat Paul and broke his jaw as bad as it looked. I'm going to tell you, hallelujah, praise the Lord that he did it. But he lost money in that fight. He lost money in that fight because he knocked Paul out and got his jaw broke. I guarantee you there's a clause somewhere that he lost money. Tyson made his money. Hey, I don't blame Tyson for doing it. We all know that he lost all of his damn money. But here's the fault of all of it. If Tyson had hit him one time in that first round, one time the way Mike Tyson.
But that's the thing. You have to I get that. You have to land the punch. If Mike Tyson in his prime would have hit Evander Holyfield with a clean punch, if Mike Tyson would have hit Buster Douglas with a clean punch, that's the thing about you. You keep saying if he would have hit him, you have to hit him. There's a lot of times, guys. That's the object of fighting is to hit and not be hit.
If you watch any of his training videos,
It's training.
The way he was hitting, I don't give a shit. I don't give a
training.
shit. It doesn't say, oh, he's training. Look, we knew that this fight was going to go the distance because Tyson wanted that money. That's the only reason why. Because if they had fought in the damn alleyway, that'd have been 2 punches.
Okay, and again, that's not boxing. You're comparing it, Mona. You're comparing a street fight into a boxing event. Yes, if it's in the alley, yes, I will take it. But
that Mike Tyson has done all of his life. Paul has not done it all of his life. Tyson has done it all of his life. And if Tyson really wanted to have knocked him out in the first round, then he had to go the distance to make the money that he was making. So there's no way in hell you're going to sit there and compare that to anything that's real in this world. There's no way you can compare that.
I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan. I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan, but like every other sport, not just boxing, it gets to a point. Football, basketball. Michael Jordan and with the Washington Wizards, was he the same basketball player he was with the Chicago Bulls?
No, but he was still better than half the damn guys.
Okay, but I'm just saying though, what we were accustomed. Larry Bird on the Dream Team in 1992, was he the same Larry Bird from the 1980s when they were killing everybody?
No.
Okay, so
and because the rules were different then than they are nowadays.
I'm talking about his athleticism. Larry Bird's knees were shot.
We can't even compare those basketball players from the.
I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about as an athlete at the end of their career. Larry Bird's knees were shot.
When the money is involved, Tyson, let that fight go. I want Paul to win the damn fight, just so he could get them millions of dollars that he wanted.
So you think Mike Tyson would risk? Hang on, you think Mike Tyson would risk his reputation? You think he would risk his reputation as growing up the baddest man in the world to intentionally lose to Jake Paul? Is that what you think?
You damn right he did. He lost that fight on purpose to win that money. It had nothing to do with the actual.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on, Ramona.
Tyson would have knocked him out in the first round if you really wanted to fight that guy.
Wait a minute, Ramona. You should ask. Wait a minute. You should ask Marcus Betts. Marcus, you really think Jake Paul won that fight?
Look, Mike Tyson Mike
Oh,
Tyson.
no. Answer the question. You really think
Mike
Jake Paul
Tyson?
won that?
Mike Tyson. What I saw in that fight, and I've watched a lot of boxing. What I saw with Mike Tyson is what I've seen in Mike Tyson with most of his career. If Mike Tyson doesn't get you up out, what is the scouting report on Mike Tyson? How did Mike Tyson win most of his fights? How did he win most of his fights? When did he win most of his fights? When did he win most of his fights? Early in the fight, right? The first 3 or 4 rounds, right? And all the times he got his ass whipped, when did he get his ass whipped? He got his ass whipped later on in the fight when he ran out of juice. Mike Tyson's stamina sucked. And I love Mike Tyson. And they talk about Mike Tyson. Oh, he could have fought back then with Ali and Frazier and Holmes and all that. No, he couldn't have. Because you want to know why? Because back then in the 70s and 80s, they used to fight 15-round fights. I've seen Mike Tyson at about round 6 or round 7. And you know what he starts doing when he starts running out of juice? This is what Mike Tyson does. He starts biting his gloves because he's running out of juice. He's done it all of his life. I watched Mike Tyson. I fought because of Mike Tyson. His stamina sucked. So if he had shitty stamina in his teens and his 20s, what do you think his stamina is like at 58 years old? Even a world-class athlete. Guys get old. That's why they retire. Peyton Manning looked like shit his last year. John Elway looked like shit his last year. Okay? Kobe Bryant looked like shit his last year. All these guys that we revere because we remember them at their absolute powers. We remember them at the saddest thing that I ever saw. The saddest thing I ever saw was watching Muhammad Ali get beat up. I was a kid and I started crying watching Muhammad Ali standing in the corner and getting beat up and Larry Holmes yelling at the ref, telling him to stop the fight. And he was like in his 40s. So can you imagine at 58 years old trying to fight a 28-year-old, a 26, 27-year-old guy? Guys get old. That's what it was. That Mike Tyson, you can train and all of that, but guess what? When you get in the ring and you got to run and you got to move around and you got to actually fight and your legs start giving out, you think right now you're in your 50s, you think you could go out there and play a 9-inning baseball game? A 9-inning softball game and run after pop flies and grounders? You think you could do that right now?
Listen, that all sounds fine and dandy. I asked one simple question. Mm-hmm. I get what you and Ramona was talking about, but I asked you one simple question. You thought Jake Paul won that fight?
Mike Tyson ran out of juice. He wasn't throwing any punches. He wasn't throwing any punches. And I love Mike Tyson. But that's what I saw. I saw a guy who ran an old guy who ran out of juice.
Sir.
No?
Sir.
Okay.
Jake, no, I'm not saying that if he ran out of juice or not. There's no way. And I agree with Ramona on this.
Okay.
And this is just for somebody who is around boxing, mm-hmm. who literally has friends who box, mm-hmm. who literally has friends who referee. I should have brung her on this show, by the way. Would have been hilarious. There's no way you're telling me Jake Paul won that fight. Mike Tyson took that fight for the money. And yes.
So you think he took a dive? So you're saying he took a dive?
What I'm telling you is that he let that fight extend all the way to the end for money. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a dive. That's a dive.
If you want to call that a dive, that's fine and dandy. Okay. Drivers, drive-ins, and dives, if that's what you want to call it. But what I'm gonna tell you is that wouldn't have tainted Mike Tyson at all. In fact, nobody even cared afterwards. Nobody cared afterwards that he did or didn't. So the tainting of his image that's null and void.
People bought the fight because they were hoping to see the Mike Tyson that the killer Mike Tyson. That guy is gone. He's
Correct.
long
Do
gone.
you know what Mike Tyson? I'm gonna tell you exactly what Mike Tyson did. You ready? It's the
What's that?
same thing, and I hate to compare the two, but it's the same thing John Cena did with the sport of wrestling.
Don't. Are we? This is what we're doing.
Yes. Don't. Hold on. Watch this.
Okay.
Please.
Are
Please,
we really doing this?
Hold on. Please do not disrespect wrestling unless you've been in a wrestling ring and you've actually trained. I've done both. So
Okay.
I've literally done both. Okay. I've been in a boxing ring and I've been in a wrestling ring.
Okay.
Okay. See, once again,
are we really comparing? We were doing so good. Are we really comparing WWE?
What I'm telling you is that John Cena, literally his whole time, this retirement tour that he had was to move along boxing, and I mean to move along wrestling. All the young wrestlers, yada yada yada, to give them more of esteem, more spotlight, more go. Mike Tyson did the same thing with Jake Paul, went the distance to give Jake Paul a light to go. A Wayman. Yes, absolutely. There's no way in hell you could have thought that Jake Paul really actually went.
I don't like Jake Paul. And what it sounds like is I'm defending Jake Paul.
I think Jake Paul is you could have thought that Mike Tyson just.
I think Jake Paul is a goofball. I think he's a cartoon character. I just think he's a goofy ass dude. You know, he came in there with the Hulk Hogan intro music and the red and yellow, like he's Hulk Hogan. Like, I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, come on. We'll never know. How about this? We'll never know if it was fake. All I know is
I guess we can stick to that. I guess we could go with that, but
we'll never know.
30 minutes on this.
We'll never know. But all I know is I love watching. It wasn't a game to Anthony Joshua. It wasn't a game to Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua knocked his goofy ass out, and it was beautiful. Christmas is tomorrow.
Guess what?
What's up?
Anthony Joshua is not the only black athlete that lost $45 million this year, this week for winning. Oops. Ooh. I guess he's not the only black athlete that lost $45 million for winning. Oops.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
Oh, you know what we're talking about. We're
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're gonna segue this right into the NFL.
Okay.
Right into the NFL talk. You know, we like to talk NFL. It was nice talking boxing for a half an hour, talking about that fight. But we also got to talk about another fight that is going on in the world, and it's respect versus it's respect in doing things emotionally versus keeping your composure and being a professional. DK Metcalf this week in Detroit once again runs into his heckler again, in which DK Metcalf decided to walk from the bench, which somehow nobody noticed. I find that funny. And grabbed this man by the hair and threw what looks to be presumptuously a slap, which he missed, by the way. If you look at the video, he didn't connect. He missed. At a fan, the NFL has banned DK Metcalf or suspended DK Metcalf for the next 2 weeks. It has been reported that the fans' conduct is being looked into currently. And for those who think that it is just a misconception, because there's a lot of people who think that DK Metcalf, that it was just hearsay, that DK Metcalf filed a report about this fan prior. No, it has been confirmed that he did, in fact, file a report about this fan prior to this incident. Also, in the video, you hear the fan say, that was my goal the whole time. So, this has been a big topic this week. And now we are on a live show to hear exactly. I think you kind of heard Marcus the Alphabets talk about it on Coffee Talk. You never heard me talk about it on World Class Wednesdays. But I'm going to start with Marcus again. And Marcus, for those who don't watch Coffee Talk or didn't watch Coffee Talk who should, let us know what you think about the situation.
Look, the guy's he's a professional troll. All right. He's a troll. And I want to reiterate this. I've done several pieces on this. I've talked about it for nearly the past 3 days, because at first it was, Monday, that's when they first kind of acknowledged it. Then Tuesday, DK got suspended. Today, they denied the appeal. So he's got to follow through with it and miss the next 2 games. So we've been talking about it for the past 3 days. And by no means am I siding with the fan. But as a father of 2 young black men, when I see DK Metcalf, I have a 28-year-old son and a 26-year-old son. DK Metcalf is 26, 27. So he's like the same age as my sons. You and I both know that certain people are punished differently, and we have to carry ourselves. And you're shaking your head. That's just the reality. No,
sir.
Okay.
My shake. Okay. The shake was, I agree with you.
Okay, sir. All right. The conversations that I have with my sons are not like the conversations that other people have with their sons. You make a mistake as a young black man, and you're gonna be sent to the shadow realm. DK Metcalf also has a reputation. See, here's shout out to my dad. We talk about using people's quotes. My dad has a saying, your reputation, your reputation says a lot about you. A good name is better than silver and gold. That's in the Bible. A good name is better than silver and gold. DK Metcalf does not have the cleanest of reputation. He kind of has a reputation, even in Seattle. And we're not just talking about with this fan of, getting riled up really easily. And when people know that they can rile you up and they can push your buttons and they can easily distract you. I remember back in the day, Dennis Rodman, he used to mess with Karl Malone, and he used to mess with Alonzo Mourning. He would go up to him and pinch him on the ass and mess with them and get in their head and try to get them suspended and all kind of. That's what he used to do. He used to antagonize people. When people know that they can push your buttons and easily distract you, every chance they get, that's what they're going to do to you. So now all that DK's really done going forward is every time that he does something now, the spotlight's going to be on him. Under no circumstances can you go and attack fans. We saw this with the Malice at the Palace with Ron Artest jumping up into the stands and attacking fans. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. No matter how annoying these fans are, and some of them are annoying, and they probably need to get their ass kicked. But if you do that, you are giving away generational wealth. I don't know what this guy does, but guess what? He's going to sue DK Metcalf. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. He's going to sue DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf's going to go to court. It's all on the internet, and millions of people have watched it. And the judge is going to look at that film, and he's going to be like, you're a 230-pound professional athlete making millions of dollars, and you decided to hit this guy who might work at Subway. And we're going to take some of your generational wealth away from you. The Pittsburgh Steelers are well within their rights. And why would the Pittsburgh Steelers put those clauses in his contract, Dre? Why would they put a behavioral clause in his contract? Why would they do that? Unless you have a reputation of doing things that you probably shouldn't be doing. I would imagine George Pickens, when he signs his contract here in the next year or so, there are behavioral clauses in there. You cannot hit fans. You are not the first athlete to be antagonized by fans. I used the example this morning from the movie Major League, and Charlie Sheen's character, Wild Thing or whatever. There's this guy in the stand. He would just always, every time he come up there, Wild Thing, you make my chest ring. You make everything shitty. Like, he would just sit there the entire game and antagonize him. That's what he would do. He would just sit up there and just ream them. Fans can heckle you. They can do that. Now, if somebody is calling you the N-word, or they're talking about your mama, or they're talking about your wife, or they're talking about your kids, okay, that's a little bit different. Or some of the things that we've seen historically, like Jackie Robinson, the first black man to play Major League Baseball, and they're calling him a monkey, and they're throwing bananas on the baseball field. That's a little bit different. This guy's calling you by your name, your government name. Now, look, we may never know everything that was said, but the bottom line is, you walk over to the bleachers from the sideline, which is about 30, 40 feet, and you walk towards this guy. In no court in the United States of America, if you go to a fight, you and some guy are arguing at a bar, and I'm on one side of the bar and he's on the other side of the bar. He's like, Marcus, F you. And I walk towards him. In a threatening manner. I'm going to lose that case every time. So I hope they use this. I hope DK uses this, because the Steelers right now could cut his ass and void his contract. He's already going to lose $500,000, $555,000. And the Pittsburgh Steelers can void his guarantees, $40 million. Is it worth it for $40.5 million? Is it worth it? That if it's worth it to you, it's like, fine. But it's not just me saying this. This is other professional athletes saying, you're a dumbass. You're a dumb. All of the sports talk, and these are former athletes saying, hey, bro, you fell into the trap. So it's a sad situation. The guys are goofy, but this guy is about to get generational wealth because DK Metcalf can't control his anger. So it's unfortunate. I hate to see stuff like this. I'm with DK, and even the owner came out, Mike Tomlin came out, and he said, hey, I don't support what DK did, but I support DK. That's Mike Tomlin. That's his own coach. So when you play silly games, you win silly prizes. So we'll see what happens. I hope everything works out for him, but DK Metcalf is not going to get out of this. He's not going to get out of this unscathed. He's just not. He's not going to get out of this unscathed. That's all I got on it.
Marcus the alphabets. From a fatherly standpoint, your diatribe deserves a phenomenal round of applause. Folks, if you have younger kids, you need to let them watch this. This is a perfect example of don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't let people get away with buffoonery. Make sure you stay even keel with certain things. I don't even want to go spiritual with this. I mean, took it to the Bible, finding dandy, a good name, yada, yada. I don't want to talk about, the devil using people to distract you, yada, yada, yada. I don't even want to go there. DK Metcalf should have walked away. As hard as it is to walk away, because we are all humane, DK has millions of reasons not to incite violence on someone I totally understand that. For that, DK has to be accountable. But what we not gonna do, yeah, and I sat up for this one, because I'm ready to take any scrutiny and I don't give a damn. What we not gonna do is continue to allow people to perpetuate and sit up here and incite fucking drama and incite behaviors out of people and not be held to the same fucking fire. That's what we not about to do. That goofball with the goddamn wig should be under the same microscope as DK Metcalf for his buffoonery. Absolutely. And here's why I'm going to say this. Number one, just because you buy a ticket to the game do not give you the right to be a damn buffoon. There is a certain thing, a certain clause called being class, called having class when you're an adult and knowing how to behave when you're an adult. That's number one. I would dare not tell don't cut me off because I didn't cut you off when you talked.
I'm just saying though, because what you're saying, Torch, you're when
no.
we talk about this off the can you if you're sitting on the side, let me ask you this. If you're sitting on the sideline or you're sitting in the bleachers, can you yell on the court, hey, you suck? Can you do that? Because that's not very classy. That's not very classy.
Okay. There is a difference between harassing someone constantly, the same person constantly for whatever he be saying, whatever the stuff he was doing to incite some type of reaction. That is one thing. To be like boo or whatever, that's one thing. But this is a whole different level of that. Let's not act like there's levels to this shit. There is levels to it. Sir, just because you pay to go to a game does not give you the right to act like a fucking buffoon. Just like if I bought a gun, that does not give me the right to shoot somebody whenever I feel like it.
We're talking violence. We're talking violence. We're talking
violence. We're talking about pure human action. And again, I'll let you talk. Please let me finish.
I'm just saying though, because what you're saying, you're saying if I buy a gun,
I don't want to be cut off.
That doesn't give me the right. We're talking violence and we're talking words.
It doesn't. Again, words. We're talking about actions. Actions. Buying a gun is an action. We're talking about being a buffoon. That's an action. We're talking about buying a house. That's an action. That doesn't give me the right to do whatever I want. Just because you buy a ticket to a game does not give you the right to act like a fucking buffoon and incite certain behaviors, because that was his entire goal. Even his nephew literally was on Twitter and said that he'd been doing this for years and that he'd been waiting to do this for years, which means this was premeditated, which means he purposely was doing that to incite some type of reaction, right?
Okay. Let me ask you something.
Hold on. To me personally,
he
needs to be held under the microscope
he's not going
as
to be.
well. And you know what's weird about this? You know what's funny about this situation is the simple fact that corporate media will put certain shit up under a microscope, yet let certain shit walk. My question is, did they have the same energy for other people who have put their hands on other people in past? I can tell you there's multiple cases where they haven't had the same energy. I can tell you right now, if this was the opposite, watch this. If this was a black man heckling Caitlin Clark, we'd be having a total different conversation.
See, that would be sad.
Even if it was if this was somebody heckling Tom Brady constantly, we'd be having a different conversation right now.
Are you seriously saying that with a straight face?
I'm saying
Tom Brady getting heckled.
Again, if this was I just reversed it. If it was a black man heckling Tom Brady, this would be a totally different thing. In fact, they'd be like, the conduct by this fan is thuggish. He's acting in a certain manner, yada, yada, yada. I have not heard one media outlet who gets to the root of the problem, which is this person's buffoonish behavior, yet. And that to me is a problem. When DK literally went to the NFL and reported this first.
Okay,
That's
but
my
you're still missing the point. He walked
missing the
over
point.
to.
That's my
He
point.
walked. What was the
Not
fan on
missing
the
the
field?
point.
Was the fan okay? Was the
Missing
fan
the
on the field? Yes or no? Now, if the fan would have came onto the field,
No.
or he was coming over the balcony.
He actually was. How you think DK pulled his? First of all, you called him a professional.
No.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, he
You
did.
called him
He
a
did.
professional troll. I'm sorry. If I'm a professional troll, I would have never got my hair caught by DK Metcalf. Number
All
one,
right.
you can't
All
be
right.
that damn professional.
How far?
Number
Okay,
two,
I got you.
number
How
two,
far
you're
how
hanging
far are
over
the
damn-
how far are the benches? How far are the benches from the bleachers? How far do you think that is? You're saying you're saying that he was hanging over by the balcony. How far are the bleachers from the benches where the players are sitting? Because it looked to me about like 50 feet, 25 to 50 feet. You walked over to him. This is why he got slammed. This is why he got slammed and why they upheld the suspension. You went from the bench. It's like somebody's yelling at you. Somebody's yelling at you in your house right now, in your apartment, in your house, and they're talking crap to you, and you walk from where you are to where they are on the other side of the house. If you walk over there, there's probably going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem. You walk over to him. Look, the thing about this is making it seem like I'm supporting this guy. I'm not, but as long as the player is not calling you racial epithets or religious epithets or talking about your mama or talking about your kids or talking about your wife, they can
The
boo
reporting,
you.
you don't know if he did or not. You don't know that he did or not. Okay, first of all, let me address this. Number one.
Okay.
I'll be damned if a motherfucker yell at me in my own apartment and think that I won't get up and it won't be no action.
I was just saying. I was using as an example.
Nobody would do that.
The main thing I'm talking about is that he went over to the guy. Fans don't have to be classy. They don't have to be classy. They don't have to sit up there.
You still got to act in a certain manner. You still got to act in a certain manner.
What kind of sports?
You still got to act in a certain manner, right?
What kind of sports are these? It starts with a P.
Oh,
what kind of sports? What kind of
professional sports?
Professional.
Guess what?
That means
and watch this. Guess what? Guess what, sir? And you know what's so funny? What's so funny?
What's that?
In certain professional sports.
Yeah.
See here, I, sir, you know this. So you can't talk to me the way you would talk to anybody else. Some normal individuals that don't know better. You could talk to me though, and I'm not saying that nobody watching don't know no better. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, no, I'm not. What I'm saying is, in a nutshell, is, sir, the Buffalo Sabres have a fan code of conduct, sir.
Okay.
Every sport, professional. Okay. So again. Don't act like you don't know that there is a fan code of conduct. And in this case, because DK Metcalf already the first time reported this, guess who else I feel like has failed in this situation? See, we got to look at all sides. We can't just look at one. I don't do that. I keep it very across the board. The NFL, to me, has failed when it comes to fan to player code of conduct. Literally, DK Metcalf did it the right way. You did nothing about it. He does it the wrong way. Now you put him under a microscope because he did it the wrong way. Well, hell, what happened to the first time when he did it the right way? Did you do anything then? No, you didn't. The fan... Mr. I want to heckle everybody. You know what? Guess what? Guess what? I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. As much as I don't approve of DK smacking him, you know what? Some people deserve to get.
Okay, well, guess what? And I totally agree with you. But once you do that, look, again, going back to Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was the first Black man to play in the MLB. I don't think any athlete today went through what he
Wait a
went
minute.
through.
Whoa. Hold on. Before you get to that, Marcus Heron, recently a black man was yelling too soft and he was kicked out of the stadium. What? Exactly what I'm talking about. I bet you, like I said, if it was a different, see, there's always protection for the complexion. Yeah. When it comes to certain shit, and frankly, I'm sick of that. The protection for the complexion shit is annoying. And then in this case, there's another perfect example of protection for the complexion.
Mhm.
Because if this was somebody else, like I said, this would have been totally looked at totally different. Why we don't have them under the microscope, have him under the microscope for his buffoonish bullshit and his bad behavior, because he's the root to the problem, is buffoonish to me. Of course, see, here's the thing. Certain media outlets don't want to tackle certain stuff because they're afraid that they're going to get looked at a certain way by their bosses.
Okay.
Honestly,
all right. Okay. See now,
honestly,
you're talking about protection for the complexion. Okay. See, now you're gonna make me take it here. Do we feel the same way about Buffalo Bills fans throwing snowballs at Patrick Mahomes?
Thank you.
Hold
on, watch this.
Do we feel the same way about that? Hey, no, let me finish. Do we remember the playoff game a couple of years ago when George Pickens, when he was still with the Steelers? And this
Thank
is,
you.
This
Hold on,
is,
watch this though.
This is,
I'm gonna respond to that. I'm gonna respond to that.
No, but I want to finish my thought.
Respond to that.
No.
Thank you for giving me another example where I literally have experience. Because guess who was right there for that?
Okay.
Guess who was that? Hold on. Ooh, whoa. Guess who was the same security supervisor telling folks if they didn't stop throwing snowballs, they was getting kicked out? Matter of fact, guess who the same security supervisor who was kicking folks out after that? Do you notice that? Do you know that the Bills literally? No. Wait a minute. Do you know that the Bills literally made a announcement over the loudspeaker saying that the Bills team would be flagged if they continued?
Okay, that was one game. Last year. Okay,
guess what? The Bills, they didn't just do it one game. No. I'm giving you. Listen, I'm giving you a prop. Okay. You got somebody who was right there. Okay. You got somebody who literally was experienced the shit.
Okay,
Marcus.
Yeah,
I was there. It was more than one game that they was doing that. And guess what? Not only did people get kicked out, yes, thank you, Will Lumbumbar. It was the Miami game too. Thank you, Will. You know that we be at these damn games.
Okay,
sir,
I saw last year. This is just last year. Okay. I'm saying there is a history. So last year, after the Chiefs eliminated the Buffalo Bills, I saw this with my own eyes. And Patrick Mahomes was going towards, and they were throwing ice and snowballs and hitting him in the head with it. Anybody go to jail for that?
Yep.
Anybody go to jail for that?
Guess what? Mark is the alphabets. You ready for this? Ready for this?
Because that's assault.
Hold on. I already had hit the exits. It was gone because of that buffoonish shit the Bills did.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. So you're saying, but the point I'm trying to make, and look, I want to preface this by saying, okay, because me and you, we've talked about this off the air, and I think I feel comfortable enough saying this. You have idiot fans in every fan base, right? I saw one time the Philadelphia Eagles, they're throwing batteries on the field as Santa Claus. But what I'm saying, you just said at the beginning of this debate that fans have to conduct themselves with class. But on the next token, those same fans, probably some of those same fans that were throwing snowballs, we've said several games, right? I know for a fact the Pittsburgh playoff game, the Miami game, the Kansas City game.
Correct.
I believe, I'm just taking a guess. Those were some of the same fans, right? That maybe have end zone seats that were throwing snowballs at Patrick Mahomes because they were mad because they lost the playoff game. Yeah. Did anybody go to jail for? Because to me, somebody talking shit and saying you suck or calling you by your government name, that's annoying. It
That's
ain't
not-
the same as somebody throwing a damn
Okay, watch
ice
this. Is
ball at
is
you.
that all he did though? Because I doubt that that's all
Okay,
he did.
I don't
But
care.
we're not gonna,
Did
hold on,
he-
watch
did he
this. Hold on, but watch this.
physically-
Not
did he
even just that.
physically-
Hold on,
Did he
I'm
physically
going to
attack
address-
him?
Right, I'm going to address what you just said. Marcus, I told you this before. I'm gonna tell you this one more time. And this time I'm gonna tell you live on the show.
Okay.
Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter, is not responsible for what
No doubt.
everybody
No,
does in the city of Buffalo.
No
Okay,
doubt.
not responsible for that.
But
So
I'm
that's number one.
I'm
Number
answering
two,
what you
I
said. You're
can
saying
tell
people
you
need
that
to be- I'm responding. I'm using your own words against you. You said that fans. No, you just said that fans should have a code of conduct.
the Bills,
There
yes,
have been
Bills fans should
several.
do.
There
Absolutely.
have been several games
Absolutely.
that we have seen.
Absolutely.
Is there a code of conduct that says when it snows out and we're playing a playoff game that you cannot throw ice and snowball at the opposing players?
Absolutely. Marcus, absolutely. Absolutely. Or the NFL wouldn't even have made an announcement saying that if you continue to do it, that it would be a penalty.
Okay, but I'm
against the
saying
other
you
team.
just said if
So-
you continue to do
No.
it.
Hold on,
you've
watch
done it
this.
several
I'm not even gonna
times.
watch this. I'm not even gonna say that. Marcus the Alphabets.
Yeah.
I know me personally,
Mhm.
I have held to that standard. If you act a
Okay.
buffoon, I'm kicking you out.
Okay.
And have I kicked people out? Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know what the benefit in Detroit is? You ain't got a chance
It's a
to throw no
dome.
damn snowball
Yeah,
because
it's a
you're
dome. It's a
indoor.
dome.
How about that?
It's a
So
dome.
let's not even go there on that
Yeah,
snowball
it's a-
stuff.
it's a-
Because they
it's a-
can't
it's a-
throw snowballs in Detroit, or they probably would throw snowballs too. Stop acting like Buffalo is the only team that throws snowballs at people. You gotta stop. I told you about this before. I'm telling you again. Stop acting like Buffalo is the only one with an opinion or the only ones that do
As a-
stuff.
as a-
You keep
as a
using them
playoff
as examples.
I have
All
never
I'm
seen.
saying-
Look,
all
I'm
I'm
sure
saying
there
is
are.
Buffalo
I have
fans
never
is
seen.
buffoons, too.
Torch, I'm a little bit older than you. I have never seen in a playoff game, during a live play, during a playoff game. I'm talking about during
shit.
the actual gameplay.
You gonna actually make me look this up right now?
Yeah,
to see
yeah,
how
you're gonna have to
many
actually
teams-
during a playoff
Okay,
game.
here's something else, sir. I gotta bring up
Okay.
to your attention.
Okay.
You mentioned DK Metcalf has a behavior clause in his contract.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus the Alphabet.
Yeah.
Do you know that every professional athlete has a behavior clause in their contract, sir? Look it up. It's right here. Every player has a behavioral clause in their contract.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it's called.
Okay.
Exactly what it's called. It's
Okay.
called actions that are deemed detrimental to the
Mhm.
team or club, sir.
Mhm.
Michael Jordan even had a behavioral
Mm-hmm.
clause in his contract. So you said, why did DK Metcalf have all players have
No.
those-
But here's the thing.
all of them?
Got you. Because there is a player code of conduct. Here's the difference. See,
Come on, man.
like you just said, there's levels to this, where we know that you're such a goofball that we can void your contract.
Yes, I'm reading it here.
We can void you. Not everybody has that in their contract where we can void guaranteed. There's punishments. There's Torch. You're not listening to me. Where yes, we can punish you, but not everybody in their contract has a clause in there that says if you do anything that the gist of it is if you do anything that we deem unacceptable, we can void. Not fine you, not suspend you. We can totally void your contract. Because there's levels of punishment, like the coach from Michigan. Okay, I'm sure that there's the code of conduct they have for him. You got a couple of speeding tickets. Oh, you got some parking tickets. You're sleeping with a staff member. You're
Marcus,
sleeping. We can.
Alpha
And we can.
Vets,
Yes.
once again, and I want the general public to have the full acknowledgement of what is being said and told. Majority of player contracts have a morals clause in which they have the right to terminate a contract or punish a player for breach of said behavioral contract.
Yes, I understand that. I'm agreeing with you. And there's punishment for that. Like we can suspend you. We can give you a fine. Do you know how severe it has to be where we can void your contract?
Well, it says most contracts are like that, but go ahead, continue.
Some players they don't certain play. You think they put a clause like that in it for Tim Tebow's praying ass? No, they're not going to do that on Tim Tebow because they ain't worried about him. I'm going to put that contract. I'm going to put that clause on Antonio Brown's contract. I ain't going to do it on Tim Tebow's contract because I know I ain't got nothing to worry about. DK Metcalf has a reputation. Look, let's just keep it a buck. We talking real conversation here. DK Metcalf has a reputation of being a goofball. That's just what it is. I would suspect that when George Pickens' contract comes up here in the next 3-4 months, you think he's going to have a behavioral clause in there, Torch? I'm asking you. You think George Pickens is going to have a behavioral clause in his contract?
Well, because majority of them do have behavioral.
I'm talking about where they can recoup large sums of his money. They can recoup.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that majority of them do have that already in their contracts.
Okay,
is some probably more severe than others?
Okay, I'm gonna give you another example because again, we're talking about severity.
Yes,
do you remember,
severity. Yes.
Okay, do you remember Randy Gregory? Do you remember Randy Gregory? Played for the University of Nebraska.
Yeah, Marcus, I agree with you. The severity, it depends on the severity of the player.
I'm just saying, though, certain players, like with Randy Gregory, kept getting suspended for,
of course,
for drugs. So when he kept getting suspended, they finally changed the marijuana rule, and they put he was about to re-sign with the Cowboys. And they put a behavioral clause in there, a severe behavioral clause where we can void your contract. And instead he said nope, and he didn't sign the contract, and he went and played with the Broncos. Because they put that in his contract. If the dumbass shit you've been doing, if you do it in this contract that we're giving you this, we can recoup large sums of your money. We see it right now with Brandon Ayuk with the 49ers. They done took his guaranteed money away because he's healthy. He just ain't showing up. That's breach of contract. That's conduct detrimental to the team. So again, DK Metcalf has the whole gist of this is you in a moment of anger because you could not control your anger, and I'm not supporting this goofball. But you have given this guy generational Torch. Do you know this dude's going to have a press conference on Friday?
He already had a press conference.
He's having another press conference on Friday. And he's trying to boost this guy up.
This is what I'm saying.
If he walked away from, you're an idiot, and walked away from this guy. This guy is sitting over. Here's the thing, Torch. He's a fan of Detroit. How often does Seattle or Pittsburgh play Detroit? He lives in Detroit. The guy lives in Detroit. How often would the AFC North play?
Probably once every 2 years or every 3 years.
Once every 2 or 4 years.
Again, I do not want anybody thinking that I'm condoning DK Metcalf's behavior because that's not the case whatsoever. I'm not condoning that. What I am saying is that I am sick of folks skipping over what the root the problem is and not putting that under a microscope as well. I feel like, once again, we are perpetuating, and to be very clear and honest, we are perpetuating the very same thing that people do not like, which is to put certain people under a microscope while letting others get away with buffoonish shit. That's my debate and my whole argument on this whole situation.
And again, and I'm going to say this again. When you, in the words of Uncle Ben from Spider-Man, okay, I'm a big Marvel fan.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. So you can say, what does this person get treated there? And what does this person? Jimmy Johnson, one of my favorite coaches, he used to say, I treat all of my players fairly, but I don't treat them all equally.
So guess what, Marcus?
Michael, I'm not going to treat Mike. I'm not going to treat my all-pro wide receiver.
Funny about this? No. Guess what's so funny about that comment?
What's that?
It's funny how it only holds weight when it comes to certain people. Because guess what? You can have the umpteenth most power and still not be held responsible when you look a certain way. You can also be the lowliest of folks and still not be held responsible. So explain to me what the difference. I'm just trying to figure this out. This is what I'm talking about. Once again, bringing things to the forefront and being consistent across the board. That's my problem.
Okay, here's the thing. When you have certain positions, you're held to a higher standard.
Certain positions. Again, you know what certain is? Certain is another word for skip out on accountability when it comes to certain.
It's not.
Yes.
If I'm Pookie from down the street and I cheat on my wife, no one cares. If I'm the pastor of a church and I'm a pastor of a church, or I'm a principal and I'm sleeping with the students, yeah, that's a problem. So
Guess
again,
when you're in powers, no, watch this. You know what's funny? That's a lie. That's a damn lie.
No one cares if Pookie.
Yes, they do. If you cheat, hold on. Yes, you do. If Pookie, and I hate to bring this to coffee talk because now I feel like we're talking life and some sports here. If Pookie cheat on his wife, that person's family gonna care. Not only is that person's family gonna care, but Pookie is probably getting half of his shit took and going. And if you got kids, going downtown for child support too. Don't think they gonna care. They care. Wait a minute.
You ain't got nothing.
But hold on. What do you mean you ain't got nothing? What do you mean ain't got what you think may not be nothing, may be something to somebody else. But watch this. You mentioned sleeping with kids. You mentioned sleeping around with students. That's funny. Shamar Moore from Michigan just got busted sleeping around with a student, and all this other stuff came out. Do you notice how they made sure they included all that information into the report? Marcus the Alphabets. Do you know that I covered the MAC conference in college football? Okay. You know that, right? You do know this, right? Come on, man. You know this. Again, experience. Once again.
Okay.
You know that I've literally met Ohio Bobcats head coach, right? Was he put under the microscope the same way?
Did he get fired?
Did he get fired?
Did he get fired?
Did he?
Yeah, he got fired.
Wow. He
got fired. And here's the other thing.
Hold on. Watch this. Was it all over the media? Like
I'm gonna answer the question for you. Where do we put Michigan as far as?
No! See, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay, no, because you're comparing apples and oranges. Okay, here we go. You just said under a microscope.
No, I don't give a rat's ass if he coached at Michigan or he coached at Ohio.
It makes a difference though. If the coach at Ohio State.
Do they both coach Division I football? Do they both coach in the NCAA?
Again, we just talk about levels. We just talk about if the head coach for Eastern New Mexico is messing around with students, it is not going to be on the news cycle.
Hey, hold on, Marcus. You know how funny that is? You know how funny that is? You know how funny that is that you mentioned Michigan? You mentioned because he went to Michigan and because the other one went to Ohio, that somehow supposedly the news cycle should have been different.
I'm not saying it should have been.
Don't
twist my word. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been different. I'm saying
okay. As long
I'm not
as
saying
you
it
put
should
that
have.
out there.
No, I'm not
Right.
saying it shouldn't have been different. I'm
Right.
saying when you're Michigan, and this is why I'm so disappointed with Sharon Moore.
Marcus, how many good
Michigan-
players come out of the MAC conference? Oh, hold on, watch this. How many good players come out of the MAC conference?
I mean, I'm sure there's a couple. It ain't like
Okay.
Michigan.
Okay,
Michigan
let me ask
is
you a
like
question. Hold on, whoa.
Torch. Are we
Let me ask
really?
you a question.
Are we
No.
really-
What do you
Are we
mean?
really
What do
doing
you
this?
mean? Great players come out the MAC conference, just
No,
like great players come out.
Great players come. There's players that come from Alaska. I'm not going to go look. I'm not going to go look for football players from Alaska.
Hold them to the same standard, Marcus. My whole point is
They're not. I'm saying though.
They should.
Okay, and there should not be hunger in the world, but there is. Okay.
Guess what?
All
Guess
right.
what? Khalil Mack came out of the MAC conference.
I got you.
Name a player from Michigan in the last 5-10 years that's bigger than Khalil Mack that came out of Michigan. Name one.
That's come out of Michigan.
Hold on, time out. Let's hit him with the Jeopardy. Let's hit him with Jeopardy music.
In the past. Khalil Mack came out.
What
year did Khalil Mack come out? What year did Khalil Mack come out? What year did Khalil?
Name one. You can't name one though.
I'll give you one.
Damn. Who?
I'll give you one. The second highest paid defensive player in the league.
And who would that be, sir?
Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, Aiden.
Aiden Hutchinson. You know he's the second highest paid.
Yes,
he's the second highest paid non-quarterback in the league. So yeah.
Yes. Aiden,
okay.
Aiden
no one cares. Look, I know that this is. I'm gonna tell you this. If a player from the University of Buffalo gets in trouble, it'll be in the local news. The University of Buffalo. But if a player from the University of Michigan or the Ohio State University or Texas Longhorns or Oregon Ducks or one of those type of teams get in trouble, it will be on 5 news cycles because of that program and the spotlight that's on that university, just like with Sharon Moore. I'm not saying that it should be that way. I'm saying no one cares about the University of Buffalo. The entire country.
Oh, that's a lie. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Bro, I live in Texas, okay? I live in Texas, the largest state in the union. Besides everybody in New York, okay? Besides everybody in New York.
That's not true.
No one nationally cares about the university.
That's not true. When I've seen national media at games, that's not true. You gotta stop
Marcus, that. He's not going to get the level because it's now that's the Ohio Bobcats. That's the Ohio Bobcats. I'm not even talking about the state. Oh, no one cares about Ohio Bobcats. But if it was the Ohio State University. My ex-wife was from Dayton. No one cares about the Dayton Flyers or the Toledo Zip.
Marcus, stop it.
Okay,
stop it. Marcus, can I ask you a question?
Are we really doing this?
Hey, Marcus, I got a question for you. You said nobody cares about the Dayton Flyers?
In football, they don't. In football, they don't.
Oh, the Dayton Flyers don't even have a team that anybody would care football wise.
Exactly. You know who else has got a. You know who else has got a.
No. Nobody cares about the Dayton Flyers. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been to a tournament where the Dayton Flyers played?
And in basketball, my ex-wife is from Dayton. Okay. My ex-wife was from Dayton.
Okay, watch this. Yeah. Marcus the Alphabet. You'd be surprised on how many people care about universities and teams you think people don't care about. You'd be surprised.
We're talking nationally.
I'm talking nationally, sir. Do you not understand?
Nationally,
do you not understand that people nationally come out from all over?
They do. Look, there's there was a Jamaican bobsled team. Okay, there was a Jamaican bob.
I don't want to hear about
okay?
Cool Runnings.
There
I
was a
don't give a shit
Jamaican.
about Cool
But
Runnings.
guess what? When I go looking for guys that are going to be a bobsled team, I'm not going to Jamaica. Okay, I'm sure that there's guys there that I'm sure that there's an ice skater from Somalia. Okay, there's probably an ice skater from Somalia. I'm not going to Somalia to look for ice skaters. Okay, so the bottom line is the attention where you go and where you come from. Sometime, if you're a basketball player at the University at North Carolina or Kentucky or UConn or something like that,
Vanity is vanity. Watch this. I honestly, vanity is vanity. And guess what? I bet you certain things that happen in Buffalo you would hear on national news. Yeah.
Well,
Once again, picking and choosing. I don't like choosy. Listen, choosy moms choose Jif.
Mhm.
First and foremost, let's be clear on that. Choosy moms choose Jif.
Should everybody be here? I guess what we're trying to say.
That coach, hold on, listen to what he said. There's no consistency. Thank you. That is what I'm talking about.
It's not going to be consistent.
No consistency. No
Here,
equality.
Look, I was in the military.
I believe it. Hold on. I told Marcus this too off the show. I'm an equal opportunity type of guy.
Okay. Here's the thing.
don't
I was in the
believe-
military.
I
was in the military.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Let me say
Whoa. Wait a minute. Melissa, here's your quotable in the night for Marcus Betts. Ready, y'all? This is one of his favorites, too.
Mhm.
And it includes the word favorite. So you already should know what my quotable about to be. I do not play favorites. Sir, I do not play
I
favorites.
don't. Marcus don't. But let me tell you
don't
what. I don't play favorites. But guess
I
what?
don't give a shit
Guess what?
if you
No
was
one-
from Zimbabwe.
Mhm.
I don't give a shit if you was from Idaho.
Okay.
I don't give a shit I don't give a shit if you was from the lovely Springs of Vermont.
Mhm.
Mitch, if you fuck around, okay? I don't give a shit if you was Coach. Hold on, watch this. I don't give a shit if you was Coach Becker. You know who Coach Becker is? He coached the Vermont Catapults in the tournament. One of the most likable.
Well, you tell your kids no matter how much it may cost you, you go down with the cause. Okay, I'm gonna tell my sons, look, you have to pick and choose your battles.
Me tell who? What you talking about? What I tell?
No. I'm saying I would tell my sons. And look, everybody
I go around the corner and go hooty hoot and call him out right now.
I tell my sons, look, there's times you have to pick and choose your battles. You can't fight every battle.
Shit,
DK Metcalf. When we keep going around.
No. It's called real conversation. I don't give a damn. You say what you want.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna have my thoughts any day of the week. And I told you, I'm an equal opportunity guy.
Okay.
You can't knock that.
Okay.
That's what you want.
I just hope if you're ever put in a position to make $45 million, I would hope
Jeremiah know better.
Okay, I would hope.
He know better.
Somebody's heckling you, and instead of walking over to them and catching a case and getting suspended for 2 games when your team needs you during the playoff push, because the Ravens still technically, if the Ravens went out and the Steelers lose both their games, do you know who wins the AFC North? That's how critical this is.
Oh, I know.
In the words of Mike Tomlin, I saw Mike Tomlin say this to a player one time. He said this, Torch. This cause is bigger than you. This cause is bigger than you. He was disrespecting me while you're sitting over there arguing with that guy and fighting with that guy. The clock is ticking, and we're trying to make a comeback. This cause is bigger than you. Even Mike Tomlin, his coach said.
You want to know what's so funny?
Even Mike Tomlin, his coach said, I do not support what he did, but I support him. Basically what he was saying was, your decision making. So now the Pittsburgh Steelers got to go into a game without their number one receiver against a division rival this weekend. Without their number one receiver, with the division on the line, because you can't control your emotions. So you keep telling them, look, he said something. He called you by your government name. You go over there and punch him in the face. You go right ahead with that. But I'll tell you what, they ain't making a big deal. Okay, but hang on.
I am not condoning DK Metcalf.
No. But here's this. It's not a big deal right now, but I'll tell you when it will be a big deal, Torch. You ready?
Go ahead.
Let the Pittsburgh Steelers miss the playoffs because and their passing game be shit.
Okay, watch this. You ready for this?
What's going to happen, Torch?
You ready for this? No. I'm glad that you bring that up. Okay. I'm glad that you bring that up. You know what's so funny about this whole situation? Mm-hmm. See, I see everything from all angles.
Okay.
I, once again, am an equal opportunity guy, which means I don't just see things from right here.
Okay.
I am a person of intellect.
Okay.
I see all angles. Y'all know what's so funny about this, y'all? It's funny how the league gives DK Metcalf 2-game suspension, upheld the suspension, yet it's been documented that he already reported this guy before this. Did not take that into consideration. What topic has been a large topic in NFL media this year? Oh, that's right. Mike Tomlin getting fired. Interesting. Interesting that the NFL would suspend their star player for the rest of the season, knowing that the last 2 games of the season, your division and maybe your job is even on the line.
Okay.
So now watch this. I look at it this way. Is this a way to incite Mike Tomlin to get fired?
No, because he's already broken the record of not having losing seasons 19 straight years.
But I don't mean that. He had the record last year when it was 18. He had a record last year when it was 18.
What? Here's the thing about it. This punishment could have been so much worse. They could have said to him, "You're suspended for the rest of the season, including however long the Steelers are in the playoffs." It's that serious, because when Ron Artest and them had the Malice in the Palace, how many games did they give Ron Artest for that? And this NBA, I understand.
Well, hold on. A basketball season is totally different.
I get it. But they said to him, it was so egregious, and it was all on the national news. It was such a terrible look for the NBA that they said, "You have humiliated us in front of everybody. You are." I think it was like 80 games or something. It was like, I don't know, 50, 60 games. It was a lot of damn games. It was a lot. They could have really slammed him for that, but they still were like, "Look, we're gonna still let you play."
Oh, they slammed him enough. They slammed him enough. Ron
Artest, who later changed his name to Meta World Peace, received the longest non-drug-related suspension in NBA history, totaling 86 games, 73 regular season, and 13 playoff games. That's what they could have done to him.
Which means he was suspended for the rest of the season. That's what it was.
So for that, and it still might be the rest of the season, because it's not guaranteed that the Steelers make the playoffs, because only one team is going to make it for the AFC North.
Again, and the NFL knew that, which is the reason why, once again, NFL, y'all not slick. See, some folks might not see you, but I see you. You ain't slick. Of course you suspended DK Metcalf for 2 games, knowing that it would put a damnation on that team, knowing damn well that Mike Tomlin's job, you've heard it all over news media, his job on the line. Y'all know what y'all was doing. Yet the NFL ignored the first report, ignored it, and now has upheld this buffoonery by giving him 2 games, and now you're investigating the fans' conduct. Sir, I don't listen. Once again, we cannot continue to give deities of power the fucking liberation and liberty to be buffoons and do shit whenever they want.
Okay.
This is the same. Hold on. This is the same shit that's perpetuated by law enforcement and police to investigate when they want, to fight crime whenever they want, to solve homicides. Hold on, I'll bring it right to Buffalo. When your city only solves 13% of homicides, sir. You want me to go there? Okay, sir. The NFL know what the fuck they doing, and y'all not slick. Y'all might get away with that and pass that with some people, some folks who don't see shit from every angle, but I see it from every fucking angle. I'm far from stupid and far from slow. This is interesting. You motherfuckers hiding behind shields and tucking tail. That's what it looked like to me. Because when somebody literally does something the right way and you ignore it, and now all of a sudden you want to get on the ball after they done did it the wrong way. Now you want to say something. Now you want to magnify it. Now the media wants to perpetuate the magnifying glass on said certain person. Yeah, I'm not off your ass at all. The NFL tucked tail in this situation and should be held responsible too. Let's be clear. Stop letting, this is why I said no fucking consistency. Stop letting people get away with certain shit. With great power. The quotable time.
What happened during Bounty Gate? What happened during Spygate? What happened? Deflategate. What happened? What happened there?
Oh, you know what happened during Spygate.
Okay, so we're saying that people aren't held to account. Did Tom Brady get suspended?
Hell no.
Tom Brady didn't get suspended? He didn't miss no games?
No, hell no, he didn't.
Tom Brady didn't miss no games for Deflategate.
No, he did not. Don't try to be slick, Marcus. Tom Brady ain't missed no games for Spygate. No, hell no. Hell no. What? Thank you. Yes, Marcus Herring, thank you. You are seeing exactly what the hell I'm saying. Thank you. This is what I'm talking about. We not letting shit fly. In 2026, we holding all motherfucking parties accountable. We not holding who we want to flash in the microscope accountable.
Tom Brady.
I don't give a shit.
Tom Brady.
Go ahead.
Tom Brady.
Uh-huh.
Who many consider the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Was suspended for the first 4 games of the 2016 NFL season for his role in Deflategate. 4 games. And back then, that was...
Oh, you said Spygate, sir.
Or Deflategate.
Oh, okay. Deflategate. Okay.
Deflategate. Tom Brady, who people consider the GOAT.
Okay. You said Spygate. But go ahead. Okay.
The coach for Bountygate, Sean Payton, the current head coach of the Denver Broncos, he was suspended.
How long?
Along with the defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz.
Go ahead and say how long.
Let's see here, because I remember this.
How long? Go ahead. What's the difference?
So 4 games
between the two.
4 games. 4 games.
What Sean Payton get suspended?
Yeah, Sean Payton was suspended for the entire 2012 NFL season. He got suspended for the entire season.
Marcus, can I ask you a question? Hold on, watch this. This is where I love. See, this is why I love debates, and this is why I love talking sports.
So,
no, hold on.
Okay.
Marcus the Alphabets. Is the city of New Orleans an urban city or a rural city?
Say what now?
Oh, you heard me.
No, I
Is
didn't.
the city of New Orleans an urban city or is it a rural city?
New Orleans?
That's New
It's
Orleans. It's an urban city. Stop this. I don't even know why you thinking about it. I've been in New Orleans.
Okay,
it's an urban city.
Is
That's what's
Boston,
funny.
Massachusetts? Okay, is Boston, Massachusetts a urban or a country?
Hell
Okay.
no. You know this historically it's not. Historically it's not.
Boston, Massachusetts?
Black majority population is black. Is that
Okay,
what you're saying?
so what are we saying? So
No.
it's
Stop that.
is it urban
I've
or
been to Boston.
they got suspended for cheating. Period. And this is
hold on, watch this. It's funny how the consequences
a whole season for a
one
coach.
got a whole season, the other one got 4 games. Look at the damn organizations that they play under. Look at the organization.
Okay, and
You mean
that's
to
for
tell
an
me
individual. That's for an individual player. He got four games, Torch, and this is back when they used to play 16 games.
Hold on, watch this. I got a question for you.
What?
How many
percentage-
games?
what
Wait a
percent-
minute. Marcus, who was the coach? Who was the coach for the New
Belichick?
England Patriots?
Belichick?
Did he get suspended?
Did he?
Hell no. No.
Why
No,
would
he
he
didn't.
get? Why would he get? Does he have control over Tom Brady telling the ball boy to deflate the ball? How's that? Now Spygate. He did get in trouble, and the whole organization got in trouble.
Go ahead and read what happened. Spygate. What they get suspended? What did they get suspended? Come on with it, sir. This is why I'm saying
Because this happened so long ago.
Consistency. This is what I'm talking about. Again, don't sound consistent to me. Yes, we know it's predominantly black. Boston is predominantly white. Yes, we know. Thank you, Marcus Herring. Getting right to my fucking point. Exactly. Getting to my point. Again, come on.
The NFL fined Belichick $500,000, the maximum at the time. The maximum.
Okay, the max. 500,000. Whoop
And and Dr. Patriots, a first-round pick
oh, that's nice.
for illegally taking the New York Jets.
Did he get suspended?
$500,000. The highest fine ever levied, and took their first-round pick.
The answer is no. None of them got suspended. The owner didn't. You're not about to tell me the owner didn't know about Spygate. I'm not hearing this shit. You're not telling me the owner didn't know about Spygate. You're not telling me Belichick didn't know about Spygate. You're not telling me none of that.
How would the owner know that?
What?
How would the owner know that?
The owner. Okay. Oh,
This ain't Jerry Jones.
Alphabet.
This ain't Jerry Jones.
Wait a minute. Mike is the alphabet. Let me ask you a question.
Jerry Jones.
Whoa. No, I gotta ask a question.
Every owner ain't like Jerry Jones.
No. Marcus the alphabet. If
Yeah.
you are an owner of something, you don't know every bit of what goes on in the yoke.
No, you don't know everything that's going on.
You don't?
With everything.
And
There's
you own it?
a general. There's
And
a
you own it?
general.
My
know
question
everything
is,
that the
should
unit
you
knows?
know? My question is, should you know?
I don't know
Should you know?
every single minute detail. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
a football coach.
Here we go with the banana peel. Hold on. Here we go with the. Hold on. Watch this. Here we go with the banana peel. Here we go with the slide. Here we go with the slide. The banana peel. Oh yeah, the owner don't know everything that's going on. You ain't telling me that damn owner didn't know. Come on, man. You can get somebody else and make them believe that shit.
Ain't
Nobody buying that shit here. Listen, sir. They knew what the fuck was going on there, and what happened. It's not adding up, sir. $500,000, no suspension, compared to getting suspended for a whole season, an entire season, yada yada. That don't add up to me, sir. It's not adding. The math is not mathing, sir. You got to tell me again when the math is mathing. This is my whole point. This has been my whole topic of discussion for this whole show about all of this shit. The math is not mathing, and it ain't adding up, and it ain't consistent. It need to be consistent. In 2026, folks, we are promoting consistent behaviors and holding people consistently accountable. Not oh, let's pick and choose the pie chart. Let's, well, you know, it's Michigan. Or Michigan did this, and all because you did it in your
Well, that's what you're. If that's what you're looking for,
No,
if you think,
no,
if you
sir.
think, if you
Fuck
think,
no.
if you think the University of Ohio is going to get the set, then you're
And it
living in
should.
a dreamland. If you
And
think
it
that the
should. No, I ain't
university,
living in no dream world.
yeah,
I'm
you
living
are.
in the
'Cause
world
it ain't
that it
gonna
should
happen.
be.
If
No,
you
no,
think,
no, no, no.
if you
I'm
think
living in
that
the world that it should be. I'm living in
this
the world
should.
that it
There
should
should be
be.
no hunger. There
It
should be no
should.
hunger in the world. And guess what?
Nah,
There
nah,
should be
that-
no war. There should be
that
no
is
war.
something
And guess what?
totally-
As
we're not
long
even
as
talking
people,
about hunger.
as long as people
that's a
are
whole
here,
different
there's going to be
topic.
no. It's not. You're living
Hunger
in a
is a
dreamland where
totally
you think
different
that
topic.
no one cares about the coach of University of Ohio, Bobcats.
Lord,
They don't care. They
Yes,
don't
they do.
care.
Yes, they do.
No, they
Yes, they
don't.
do.
The
Yes,
the
they do.
rest of the
You
country
want to know
don't
why
care.
they don't care? You want to know
What?
why they do care? You want to know why they do care?
But
Because teams eventually that people don't care about end up eventually becoming teams people do care about.
no one cares about the
Yes,
Ohio
I can tell you.
Bobcats.
Hold on, watch this. Did anybody care about Vanderbilt? I bet you they care about Vanderbilt now, don't they?
They really don't. Because guess what?
Oh, they
Diego
really
Pavia. Because guess what? And look, I like Diego. I like that he went to my alma
Oh, wait a
mater.
minute. Hold on. So, Marcus, do you have that same energy for Iowa? Let me ask this question. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, come on, Marcus.
What are you
I want to
asking
get
me?
you in your own. I'm
What are you
using-
asking me?
Do they care about Iowa University? Iowa? You care about
In football, they do.
Iowa?
And they cared about it when Caitlin Clark was there.
Hold on. Whoa. They care about it in football? Okay, watch this. Marcus the Alphabets. Iowa has been nowhere near NCAA championship playoff game ever. Guess what has been closer to a playoff championship? Basketball. So go ahead again and try to tell me, sir, Keegan Murray and Luke Garza was the original reasons why people started caring about Iowa basketball, not
Okay.
Caitlin Clark. Go ahead again.
Do you want me to give you some of the football players that have come from the University of Iowa?
Okay, good. Congratulations.
One, where do we rank George Kittle at?
Oh, George Kittle is top.
Okay, that's where he went to school at.
Okay,
That's where
watch
he went to
this.
school.
And
Okay, that's
ask
where he
George
went to
Kittle,
school.
has he even sniffed a playoff? Has he sniffed a playoff? Ask
They-
George Kittle, did he sniff?
They
Did he
call
sniff a playoff
Iowa
championship?
tight end university.
Nobody cares about Marcus. Marcus,
Kirk-
the answer is
I don't care
Marcus.
about-
The
I don't
answer
care
is
about Iowa.
nobody. You don't care about
I
Iowa.
don't care about
Stop lying.
Iowa. I don't care about Iowa.
Come on off that bullshit.
I don't care. I
You
don't
about to
personally
tell
care
me.
about
You
Iowa.
about to tell me how they care about Iowa? No, they don't. Stop it. No,
Okay,
they don't.
just like don't nobody care about the Ohio Bobcats
Oh,
or the
okay.
Toledo
Marcus-
or the Toledo Zits
My whole
or the
point is
Dayton
what
Fly
they
or the
do.
Dayton
Yeah,
Flyers.
I was just messing with you. They do care about Iowa.
No, they don't.
Just the
No, they
same
don't.
way they care
No, they
about Ohio
No,
Bobcats.
no.
They care.
They don't care
Stop
about
it.
the Ohio
I
Bobcats.
don't wanna hear-
And when I told my ex-wife
All
that,
right.
she got mad.
All
Don't
right.
nobody give a damn about the Dayton Flyers. No one cares.
All right. Okay.
Don't nobody care about
Uh-huh.
the Dayton Flyers.
Mhm.
Man, we
That's-
did two. We didn't did
No,
two.
they ain't did 2 hours and nothing. You did 1 hour 40.
We did.
You know what?
We did
Guess
two.
what?
No, I'm
It
saying
is
we did
Christmas
two
time.
subjects. We did
Santa,
two. We
listen,
did the
Santa
damn
Claus should
boxing.
be coming down the chimney real soon. Santa Claus should be. They knew about the massage sessions. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Miss me with the BS. This is what I'm talking about. Once again, they knew about that sex ring in Jupiter. They knew about that too. Yeah, Marcus. Listen, sir, he ain't. This is why I told you. Shows with me and Marcus the Alphabets get very intense because they're very advanced topics and conversation and debates. I'm telling you, this is why I love the people I be around, because we got advanced people around, not simps who only think one way, not simpletons who only do this, not simps who be like, oh, I ain't see that. I know you over there. I know you over there doing some shit you ain't supposed to be doing. Well, I ain't see that. Oh, I see you though. Come on, bro. We not, no. 2026, folks. I know it's Christmas time, but a lot of folks believe in that New Year's resolution shit. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe in building off years prior. In 2026, we are promoting all across the board accountability. We are not letting motherfuckers slide through cracks, get away, none of that. And we get into the root of shit, the very root. And we holding that very root accountable. Yeah, we're not doing that. We are not perpetuating what has been perpetuated for so long, which is we look and see what we want to. And we put what we want to under a magnifying glass. We're not doing that. We shouldn't be doing that anyway. Ain't y'all tired of people getting away with shit that they shouldn't get away with? Ain't y'all tired of doing that? Ain't y'all tired of being the person, to be honest with you, as much as it may be wrong for you to retaliate, aren't you tired of being the person who retaliates to somebody's buffoonery and you the one that get in trouble? But the other person who started the shit, the sole root of the problem, don't get caught? No. You know how you change that? You start putting a fucking magnifying glass to what they do, the root, and stop letting motherfuckers get away and hold people accountable. That's what I've been talking about this whole fucking show. Legitimately. Stop letting people get away. No. Because you know what? They're not going to give you the fucking liberty of getting away. I bet that. I bet you money on that. I bet you ain't getting the liberty of getting away with that. The same liberty that somebody else is going to get away with. We're not doing that. Equality, accountability, across the fucking board. Now, Marcus the Alphabets. Marcus Heron said 2000, Spygate started, Pats won three Super Bowls. Punishment was $500K and a draft pick. Wow. Even punishment, huh? That's what I'm talking. Stop. Marcus Heron. I'm not going there. Marcus, you know that ain't even. You know that the math ain't mathing. No, he know that.
I'm saying that was the highest fine in history. And then the Belichick got $500,000, and the Patriots got $200K. And a first round pick. So we don't. So first round picks don't count for nothing.
Okay. First round pick or an entire season without your head coach. I'm just
you talk about one.
Hold on, watch this. Wait a minute. Time out. A first round pick for the Patriots who won the Super Bowl. How high was that first round pick exactly?
It don't matter.
Oh no. Marcus,
You don't think that a first round pick that don't matter?
Marcus,
that's still a pick.
There's
a guy who
round picks in top 5 first round picks, and you know.
Look. We can only pick where we pick. But when they say you ain't getting a first round, when you ain't getting a first round, didn't the Dolphins get a first round pick taken from them for tampering, trying to get Brady? I think they were trying to get Brady. That don't hurt.
And guess what's funny? Nah, it ain't hurt. The Miami Dolphins is garbage. The Miami Dolphins.
Let me give you some recent Miami Dolphins first round picks.
Go ahead, give me some.
Waddle.
Okay.
Waddle. And then the first round picks that they gave up to go get Tyreek Hill.
Go ahead, Tua. Go ahead and say Tua. You ain't gonna say Tua. Tua, yeah. Go ahead. Come on.
So I'm just saying, somebody take your first round pick.
I told you the show been all about picking. I told you that core math. Common core math. Stop this. Melissa, don't make me laugh. I'm already sick with the flu, and you making me laugh. You know damn well that shit ain't mathing. That's that common core math.
What's he say?
Melissa said that's that common core math. He said, Marcus, come on, Marcus, 3 Super Bowl wins. Are you even? Are you calling that even? No way, you ain't calling that shit even. Again, y'all heard what I said. You heard Marcus's debate, his debate for it. I respect his debate. I get what he's saying. Totally understand as a father. My son would never be stupid enough to give up $40 million to go slap somebody in the face. But at the same token, you understand my debate too. which is we need to hold all that shit accountable, every bit of it.
Well,
Stop.
you're saying that, but you're basically saying
ball.
I don't care about the money. You cannot. You have.
I'm not saying I don't care about the money. That's not what I said. Once again, by me saying holding everybody accountable does not say that I don't care about the money. That's not what I said. I said hold everybody accountable. And I was talking about the media, sir. I'm talking about what we put my magnifying glass under. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about him going to Slack.
I never heard of this guy. The guy is getting everybody's researching this guy. Right. Everybody's researching this guy. I wanted to know what his background was, because I'm like, if you got money like that just to be sitting up in stadiums and heckling people, you ain't got nothing better to do than just sit up there.
Any team in the league would pay $500K and give up a first round pick for 3 Super Bowl wins. Damn right. Damn right. Absolutely. Come on. I that ain't mathing. He know it ain't mathing. He know that ain't mathing. Marcus know better. Listen, I told you, Marcus do this once a show. He think he's slick. He ain't that damn slick. I told you, sir. We holding everybody accountable. Same exact way. Not letting people slide. Fuck all that sliding shit. No, this ain't Trina slip and slide. Okay, we ain't doing that. No. And guess what? You know what's gonna be funny? If they actually really do an investigation, which I highly doubt they're probably gonna do, and it comes out that this dude actually was doing more than what was being said, and that his nephew already came out literally on social media and said that he was planning this, which seems premeditated to me. I mean, but go ahead and keep letting a certain complexion for the protection slide. Okay, all right, keep it up. You see, all I'm gonna say is nobody is above reproach. Nobody is above doing things wrong. I get it. Professional players have 45 million reasons not to, but obviously, even in that case, still not above being humane. Because at the end of the day, Marcus the Alphabets, sir, Marcus the Alphabets. You just not gonna tell me Pittsburgh didn't notice that they star wide receiver just happened to slide away from the team to go catch this guy and go grab him by his head and miss.
He's a grown ass man. He's a grown ass man.
Okay, he's a grown ass man, but guess what?
You're a grown ass man.
Guess what? I can ask you a question. Okay, so watch this. He's a grown ass man, right?
Yeah.
So then you don't hold. So when it comes to Antonio Brown, he's a grown ass man, right? When it comes to Mike Wallace, he's a grown ass man, right? When it comes to who else was it over
Chase
there?
Claypool.
Chase Claypool, he's a grown ass man, right?
Danny Coates.
When it comes to okay, right? You're a grown ass man, right?
Yeah.
Well, then why do motherfuckers try to hold Mike Tomlin accountable for grown man's actions? Then, if that's the case, I'd love to hear this because I've heard this all this long time.
You're preaching the choir.
I've heard it on social media too. Mike Tomlin can't even handle his own team, let alone such and such and such. I'm like, dude, you don't win 19 straight. You don't have 19 straight winning seasons if you're not a motivator of men, or you're not, or you don't have your team in line. Shut the entire fuck up.
Okay.
Okay,
so why you let? Okay, so you've dealt with all of these You've dealt with all these personalities, right? The Chase Claypool, the Mike Wallaces, and the Antonio Browns. Mm-hmm. So how come you just let George Pickens walk out the door?
Oh, so that was Mike Tomlin fault too?
No, I'm not saying this. You're just saying he's able to deal with all these personalities. How come you just let George Pickens walk out the door for a 3rd round pick?
Okay, I got to hold on. Watch this. I get you. And Mike Tomlin don't make that decision to let him walk out the door for a 3rd round pick. Your GM and owner does. But I will also say this. I preface it this. Hold on. Oh! I'm glad you said that. Marcus the Alphabets. That's your question. Where's Pittsburgh standing right now?
Right now, first in the AFC.
Yeah. Marcus, do they have the same record with George Pickens or without George Pickens right now?
They actually had a better record with Pickens.
No, they didn't, sir. The first of all, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They're 8-7. They're
No,
8-7.
sir.
That's what they were.
No, they're not 8-7. Marcus, the alphabets. Where have you been, sir? I thought. Oh no, you didn't just tell
They're
that lie.
8-7.
They're not 8-7.
They're just barely over 500. Huh?
The Pittsburgh Steelers are 9-6. What?
Okay,
sir?
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Last year they ended the season 10-7, which means after this week, when they beat Cleveland, they're gonna have 10 wins again, which means they are in the same position they were last year, with him or without him. So once again, I'm asking you the question, sir. Again.
They're 9-6. They're 9-6 right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Marcus, did they win the division last year?
No.
Okay. Are they going to win the division this year?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, Marcus, the alphabets. Smells like wager time again.
I don't know if they because
you want to wager that Pittsburgh win this division or no? I'm just saying because your question is so badly. You sure you want to wager that? Because I'd wager $20 cash app. I'll put your money where your mouth is. I'll wager $20 cash.
Do I think they'll beat the Browns? Do I think they'll beat the Browns?
Come on with it. Come on.
I really don't know.
Alpha. Come on, confident alphabets.
I don't know.
Oh, that's literally. Listen, watch this. That's literally your last name, Betts. Come on, alphabets. Come on.
Are the Green Bay Packers? Are the Green Bay Packers going to win the division?
Hell yeah. Yep.
Really?
Watch what I tell you. Yeah.
Really? You feel that confident?
Sir,
after last week? Because you were confident last week too.
Oh, sir. Again. Oh, see, we didn't even get to talk about this on the show. Merry Christmas, everybody. It is 12 o'clock right now. Merry Christmas. Yada. For all those. Happy holidays to everybody. I don't know if you believe in Christmas or not. So I say happy holidays. But this is what I will say, Marcus the Alphabets. Sir, I'm confident. See, I told you I'm consistent in confidence. Sir, you want to put that $20 wage if you want to? Sir, you want to put that $20 wage if you want to? I bet you Green Bay is winning. Hold on, watch this. First of all, you couldn't have scripted that no better what I saw last Saturday. Again, 2015. It was 2015 Seattle Seahawks. You could script that no better. Wait a minute, time out. Watch this. You heard what what's her name said in the beginning of the show? How did you know it was an offside kick? They literally tell you it's an onside kick, and you couldn't recover, bro. You catch. Maybe you need to get some.
Hey, do you know what they call? Hey, hang on. You know what they call? You know what they call the onside team, the onside kick recovery team? You know what they're called? What team they're called?
Go ahead. Hands team.
Maybe you should get some people in there with better hands.
Oh, that's real cute. See, that's funny because you know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that? Is that he caught the dot from Malik Willis, a quarterback, caught it for a touchdown, but somehow couldn't recover onside. Yeah. Bro, listen. Yeah. If you don't get that 2015 Seattle Seahawks shit out of here, the same touchdown throw, the same catch, Jerome Kearse, 2015, DJ Moore, 2025. Yeah. Bro, you don't get that shit the fuck out of here. As soon as I saw that, I said, yo, Green Bay is losing. I said, they're losing. For 59 minutes, the damn Chicago Bears couldn't score a touchdown, couldn't do nothing. No open receivers, none of that shit.
How many minutes is a football game?
You know it's 60.
Okay. Well, 59.
Hold on, watch this. But we also know. Hold on, but watch this. We also know if you recover an onside kick, technically the football game is 59 minutes.
Technically, when you're winning a game and there's 13 seconds left, you don't lose it. Technically.
Oh, here we go with Buffalo references again. I done told you about this damn Buffalo reference.
Technically, when you're up,
wait a minute.
You don't believe
shouldn't
in
even have did that, because now it's gonna make me want to remind the general public on what you should tell the general public about Buffalo and Josh Allen. See, now I should journalist column you and ask this one question. You know what? I'm gonna save it for another time, because the reveal is gonna be so crazy. It need a whole nother show for it. I'm not even gonna do that tonight to you. It's Christmas time. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna wait. You gonna get it on another show. You ain't slick. And people probably like, what are they talking about? What is he talking about? Yes, there's a reveal that needs to happen. So y'all can stop saying Marcus the Alphabets is a Bills hater. In 2026, we're gonna finally get rid of the allure that Marcus the Alphabets is a Josh Allen Bills hater. We're getting rid of that. But I know what the reveal is. Y'all don't know. Y'all gonna have to wait to the next show to find out exactly what it is. Look at that. Look how the episodes go. They probably all like, what the hell is he talking about? Facts. Players help each other with accountability, especially when you know when one player has an issue. Exactly my Marcus Herring. Yes, sir. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. This is why. Thank you. That's what I'm gonna say. Melissa, he think he's slick. That's new content for you, George. Technically, LOL. You gotta bring me in on for it. Yep. Oh, I'm definitely going. Melissa, you will not be disappointed next show when you find out to kick off the new year, because guess what? It's going to be New Year's next time we do a show. This is the last World Class Wednesday of the year, by the way, for those who don't know. Unless, wait a minute. Today is technically Thursday, so New Year's Eve. Oh, yeah. I will not be here next Wednesday, New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, I will be DJing for New Year's Eve. I will be DJing. So this is technically the last World Class Wednesday of the year for all those who tune in and watch. We appreciate you all 2025 for tuning in, supporting some of your favorite sports deities, journalists, reporters, the whole 9 yards. I appreciate y'all, definitely. But the new year will start off with a bang, because in 2026, like I said, we're getting rid of certain stuff and just make sure that we are consistent across the board when it comes to accountability and calling shit out straight across the board, all the way through. And in Marcus Alphabets, within the next 5 days, if you were to take that bet, that $20 bet, I'm going to bet you not only will Pittsburgh win the division, but Green Bay will win it too, because Green Bay will get rid of the 2 purple teams in the league the next 2 weeks, because we lost the last 2 weeks. Green Bay don't do this 4-game losing streak shit. We ain't doing that. That ain't happening. Lamar is day-to-day? I don't even think he's playing. I don't even think he's playing.
They need to just let that. I don't know, man.
I don't even think he's playing. And after what I heard, oh my God. See, I can't end the show now. Oh no. I almost forgot. Yes, if we're gonna end the show, we're gonna end the show with a bang. And I'm gonna end it calling out Colin Cowherd. Sir, my G, we on your ass for today. Everybody wanted to know why I put the post up that I did in my group when I said Colin Cowherd. And remember I told you about staying consistent and watching how these motherfuckers play black people? No offense. And I ain't trying to... 2026, we also gonna stop telling people to stop putting race in certain stuff when y'all been putting race in shit for 400 plus years with everything. Every aspect of life, y'all been putting race involved for 400 plus years. Stop telling people to stop putting race involved in certain stuff. That is a cop-out just to not fucking answer or adhere to what really the real issues are. Stop doing that in 2026. Dead ass. Stop it. Stop doing that. That is a cop-out. I hate when people do that. Ain't nobody afraid of nobody else's culture, or shouldn't be, for that matter. Stop it. But Colin Cowherd, getting to you, sir. You literally said, and I quote, by the way, putting out the idea that the Baltimore Ravens should trade Lamar Jackson for Indiana's quarterback, Heisman quarterback, right now. Because supposedly Lamar doesn't have it anymore. Lamar is sleeping in meetings. He's playing video games late at night. I got a question to ask. You see how quick to turn on black folks? Did y'all have the same energy last year? Did y'all have the same energy last year? Because you're not about to tell me that Lamar Jackson just all of a sudden started doing this shit. You're not telling me that. Did you have this energy in the beginning of the year when you was 1-5 and Lamar Jackson came back and actually had y'all on top of the division, tied with Pittsburgh? Did I hear you come out with these stories then?
How did Bill Belichick's career ended with the Patriots?
Oh, we know. But hold on, watch this. This is where I'm getting to. I didn't hear none of these reports come out in the beginning of the year, nor did I hear these reports come out when Lamar Jackson brought the team back. But all of a sudden now, in the last dawning moments of the season, where the Baltimore Ravens look like they may not be making the playoffs. Now, you guys want to bring up all this bullshit on Lamar Jackson. You know what I see? A smoke screen to hold who you should hold accountable. And you know who that should be? You know who that should be? John motherfucking Harbaugh. Funny how I ain't heard you say that. You media aficionados, I ain't heard you mention John Harbaugh on your major sports shows, but you're mentioning Lamar. Oh no, we're not about to sit here and pretend that John Harbaugh has not given up 18 double-digit fourth quarter leads. We're not about to sit here and act like we didn't watch John Harbaugh against the Buffalo Bills give up an 18-point lead and get their boots smoked. We're not about to do that. We're not about to sit here and act like that same person that y'all trying to put on blast now, the same one. Oh, according to Colin Cowherd, Lamar's best years was his first 4 years. Colin Cowherd, the fact that you sat up there and told that bold-faced lie when all you motherfuckers that questioned, oh, hint, hint, wink, wink, might be part of the reveal next week, hint, hint, wink, wink. When all you motherfuckers was sitting up here questioning if Lamar was a quarterback or should he play running back or should he play receiver? Y'all remember that shit? Oh, Lamar can't throw the football. He's a running quarterback. He's not a real quarterback. Then he put up 36-6. Oh, he's not. He's still not a real. He doesn't have any playoff wins. Then he turned around and became MVP again. Went to the playoffs and won a playoff game or two. Threw 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 4,500 yards, and didn't even get the MVP. But somehow Lamar's good days was his first 4 years. If you looked up, I don't understand how people just sit here and blatantly lie when they know the internet is literally live and kicking. Go look up Lamar Jackson's last 4 years compared to his first, and you tell me if Lamar Jackson's last 4 ain't better than his first 4. Go ahead, though. But go ahead with that lie and push that bullshit narrative. Why? Because y'all so quick to turn on black fucking athletes. See how that math full circle all day? I've been talking about nothing but turning on black athletes all show. See how they do your black athletes and quarterbacks and shit? That's why in 2026, hold these buffoons accountable. Need to be held accountable.
Did they hold Pete Rose accountable? Did they
Nope.
hold Mark McGuire accountable?
Nope.
Did they hold Lance Armstrong accountable?
Nope.
No.
No.
Getting a lifetime ban?
No.
That's not that. Okay.
No. You want to know why I say no? Hold on, watch this. and here's why I say no. You ready?
I gotta hear this.
Because all of that shit happened at the end of their careers when they already done played their best days. And cycling, he done did his best cycling, and now he done did his best baseball, and now Pete Rose done did all his best baseball, and now you wanna
No, but that's the thing about it. People will turn like my dad says, people will come to they'll come to your coronation and they'll come to your beheading.
Right, but they got to do all of this stuff freely with no. Hold on, they got to do all of it freely with no judgment. Lamar Jackson is in year 8 and still being judged. His career is still being judged while he is playing now. They are literally talking about trading this man, a franchise quarterback, Lamar Jackson, right now. During his days playing. We ain't talking about in his late days and after. We're not talking about that. Pete Rose got away with all that shit until at the end of his damn time. And then here we come. By the way, just to be honest with you, fuck the noise about Pete Rose. Y'all need to let him in the Hall of Fame. Stop this bullshit now. Number one. Number two. Stop the fuck shit on Barry Bonds too. You stop that crap too. Hello. Let's be clear. I told you I keep it across the board. I in the words, yeah, come on with it. Don't play favorites. Don't play favorites. I'm gonna send you that IG reel I was talking about earlier. Truly life-changing to me, and not in a good way. Yeah, send it to me. I definitely want to see that for sure, Melissa. Yeah, nah, bruh. Mm-mm. You want to hold people accountable when it's too late, when they already had all their fun. Nah, fuck that. No. That's just like holding a murderer accountable 50 years later for something that he done already lived his whole life for. The motherfucker done lived his whole life, then enjoyed the finest of elegance, the finer things in life, and then all of a sudden you want to hold this motherfucker accountable 50 years later for something that he did. Why? Because your sorry ass didn't catch it when you should have. Your sorry ass didn't investigate when you should have. Your sorry ass took your time and did what you wanted when you wanted to. And all of a sudden, when it became convenient, let's use the word convenient. In 2025, in 2026, we're not doing convenient shit based off convenience. We keeping it $100% and 100% all 2026. We're not doing the optional convenient shit in 2026. Again. But go ahead, Marcus. I get you. I get what you're saying. But
That's it.
They holding, hold on. They holding lynch candles and shit right now for Lamar Jackson right now. While he playing. He done defied all the odds. Everybody's talking all this shit about him. He done defied the odds. Oh, he couldn't be a quarterback. He proved he could be a quarterback. Oh, he's one dimensional.
You know what cures all of that? You want to know what cures all of that?
A Super Bowl win. Yeah,
Winning.
I know. A Super Bowl win. Guess what? But guess what's so funny?
What's that?
Guess what's so funny? You ready for this?
What's that?
Not when it's black. Because they don't give a damn. You know what they just told me? You know what that just told me?
What's that?
You would rather hide accountability from who you should, i.e. John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh be getting it. I didn't listen to some of them.
Oh, no. See, no. Let me ask you a question, Marcus. Hold on, I got to ask a question, Marcus, the alphabets.
I didn't listen to some of the
Lamar
radio shows
Jackson
in
has won
Baltimore.
the Super Bowl. Can I ask you a question? I just want to ask
Yes,
one question.
Yes,
Journalist
sir.
Connell, ready? Here's the question. And it ain't going to be the one that you thought. We're going to wait till next week on that one. How many coaches would have got Lamar Jackson a Super Bowl ring already? Go ahead and answer that. I'll wait. Go ahead, y'all. I'm going to wait to hear this answer.
There's a couple, but there's a lot of other. Winning a Super Bowl is hard. It's hard. Just having a talented quarterback is not enough. And we've seen quarterbacks that are not that great. Jalen Hurts, Trent Dilfer. We've seen them win Super Bowls. So just as a criteria of just Super Bowls, it's winning us only one team wins a Super Bowl every year.
How many coaches would have got him a Super Bowl already?
Maybe 3 or 4. But again, there's not that many type of coaches out there, Torch.
Oh, you know what's funny? I'm glad that you said that. You said only 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
Name them. What's this?
Andy Reid, Sean McVay. Sean Payton.
Okay. Marcus, is Lamar Jackson, if he get traded, going to any of them teams that you just named?
Well, again, it depends. It depends on it. It depends. I don't know. He's got to go to the right system because you can't just run any type of offense with him. You just can't do it. You can't just run any type of. It's got to be a very specific type of offense. If you put him in a spread with speed all around him, if you were to put down, there's been talk. And look, we can do a whole nother show of this. I'm about to get off here because it's nearly Chris here, but. If you put him on Miami with Achane,
I heard about that. You think that Miami coach is getting him a Super Bowl? That's what you're telling me?
If you put him on Miami with Achane and Jalen Waddle, and maybe that would make Tyreek stay. That would be you would probably have the fastest offense in the league. And he's from Florida, he'd be playing in front of his people. I don't know. But then again, for them to get him, Miami would have to give up a whole bunch of assets, which they don't have. So that would gut the team. You would get him, and he would be basically going to a gutted team, and then you got to face Buffalo.
Miami ain't got no first rounders?
No, I'm saying it would probably take multiple first round picks to get him. If you do that and you give up that type of draft, and Miami's got a high first round draft pick, so instead of getting that offensive lineman that you need or that defense,
Miami's got a middle of the pack first rounder. Miami was just talking about Miami. Damn near was in the playoff hunt just last week.
Okay,
Miami. Okay, so they would be in between 13 to 20, 13 to 17 pick.
Okay, so you're picking and you would probably have to give up 2 first rounders. Miami does not have enough talent to give up 2 first rounders.
I got a question. Any pick in the first round? Hold on, watch this. Any pick in the first round Miami choosing is worth more than Lamar?
They have so many holes. Miami has so many holes. You're going to have to probably replace Tyreek. Okay? And their defense is god awful. Their defense is so now you're in now what you are is an explosive offense with Achane and him and maybe Tyreek and maybe Waddle, and you have a decimated offense with no Jalen Phillips.
Okay? Decimated defense, you mean?
A decimated defense. What you would be, you want to know what you would be?
The Cincinnati
Bengals. That's what you would be. And you're playing in the AFC East against an emerging Patriots team this is the worst version of the Patriots team that you're going to see for the next 5 years. Plus Buffalo. So you're the 3rd best team in the division. The Jets will still be the Jets. So basically, you're going from one bad. You're going from one. I'm not going. If I'm
And
him,
you got to pay Lamar.
And you got to pay him, and you got to give up a bunch of draft capital, and the draft capital that you could use to make your team better, you're not going to have it because they would have to give up probably 2 first-round picks for him. No one's going to do a swap for swap with Tua, and then with the Tua, you're going to be punished with the Tua financially because if you get rid of him, he's a $50 million dead cap hit. So. Him going to Miami would be a disaster. There would be a highly explosive offense with a defense that gives up 35 points a game. So that's a bad idea.
Well, we know they dumbasses ain't gonna do that anyway. So, but how come Baltimore won't go ahead and just go get players that was on the block to get traded? Why Baltimore won't go get Jaden Wilder? Why Baltimore won't go get Tyreek? I'm not understanding that. If that's the case, Jalen Wilder was literally on the block to get traded this year. Buffalo passed on it.
Okay,
dummies. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna say dummies. Big dummies. Passed up on Jalen Wilder for a first-round pick that you don't draft good on anyway. Move. I'm sorry, because they wanted next year's pick and not 2027's pick, as if you draft in the first round great anyway, and as if like your pick ain't dead last in the first. Stupid. Anyway, regardless, big dumb.
You're highest scored offense. You don't need a game-breaking wide receiver.
Stop this bullshit. You know what's so funny? Marcus the alphabet. See why you trying to be funny? Last I checked, you're gonna need weapons to be able to move the chains in the playoffs consistently, and don't think that people are not gonna game plan for James Cook. So again, dumb move. By the way, I'm gonna call it like I see it. Dumb as hell. Should have took Jalen Waddle. Do you know what the Bills offense be with Jalen Waddle right now?
Right now, are the Bills going to the AFC Championship? We'll talk about that next time. I ain't gonna put you on.
You know what? New year conversation. New year. I told you we're gonna kick off the new year with something with a reveal, and on top of that. And it's gonna tie right into the Bills too. Yeah, we're gonna say that. I will say this though, real fast. They have the cleanest path. They have the most unobstructed. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you want to know why? Okay, so I'll just explain it real fast, real quick.
No Burrow, no Mahomes.
Houston. No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, most likely. No Lamar, most likely. Okay, so now, second year, Drake May, who has played nothing but losers all year this year.
Mm-hmm. Who beat you in Buffalo?
2 winners.
Who beat you in Buffalo?
Again, 2 winners is right, correct. Who beat Buffalo in Buffalo this year and beat Tampa Bay. Okay. 2. Secondly, second year Bo Nix. Do not hit me with the whole Bo Nix thing because you don't even trust Bo Nix. You told me Bo Nix is wildly inconsistent.
Yeah. So, but you know what ain't inconsistent?
Sean Payton. Okay.
That damn
defense. All that defense. That's what you're about to say.
We have seen what is the form of
this week in Denver? Hold on. Jacksonville tore that ass up this week in Denver.
And Jacksonville.
And don't think people not gonna watch that Jacksonville game now.
Okay. You also have to have And did people watch the Houston film against Buffalo?
Right, and they should have.
Okay. But here's the thing.
But you gotta have the personnel to do.
You gotta have the people to do.
I get it. Watch this. You telling me there's no you telling me there's no other teams with personnel that Jacksonville got they can't get it done? Again, this is what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be very mindful and clear. Bo Nix, second-year player, there's no way in the hell you can tell me you are 100% confident in Denver with Bo Nix. You ain't telling me that because I don't believe that.
At
don't
home.
believe you believe
I
that.
don't. I don't.
Okay.
Sean Payton,
Are you telling
know who
me
I do
that
trust?
you are
I trust
100%?
Sean Payton, and I
Oh, you
trust
trust
that
Sean Payton,
defense.
right?
And
But
I
you
trust that
Sean
defense.
Payton and you trust Mike Vrabel, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Neither one of them can get on the field to do anything. They got to be
Don't
able to
have to.
coach the will they way. They're gonna have to will their teams way.
Well, they're
Do
gonna
that.
do. They're
Hold
gonna.
on. Here comes Jim Harbaugh and them Chargers.
Mhm.
How many wins Justin Herbert got in the playoffs?
0.
Oh, okay.
You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
Oh, you got to start somewhere.
You gotta start
And
somewhere.
when you think it's happening? You think it's starting this year? You do
With
realize
with the Chargers, probably, but
I got a question. You do realize that if you think that it's happening this year, right? You do know who the Chargers will have to play first round.
where are the Chargers at? They're 4. They're 6.
They're fifth seed.
The Chargers are 5th.
Yes. Buffalo is 6th. Remember, conference.
Okay. Okay.
Buffalo is
So-
6 right now.
So 6. That would be 2 versus 7.
3. You know
3
who 3
versus
is?
6. Who's number 3 right now?
Number 3 is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So Buffalo would have to go to Jacksonville.
No. But yes.
Buffalo would have to go to Jacksonville.
Currently, yes. Currently. Do you know who but do you know who the Chargers will have to play?
Chargers, you said are 5th. That would be the 4 or 5 match. That would be Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You
That
sure
would
they
be-
beating Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh?
No, I don't believe they could do that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not high on the Chargers like this year, but I'm high on the
So watch
Texans.
this. So hold on.
I'm high on the Texans.
So hold on. The Patriots beat the Bills on the strength of 3 turnovers and only won by 3. Last time the Bills played in Denver, whooped that ass. The last time the Bills played Jacksonville, whooped that ass. McDermott has beaten Peyton in the playoffs and sent him home. Uh-oh.
Oh, you mean last year? You mean last year, Bo Nix's rookie season?
Yeah.
That's what you're hanging your hat on.
Marcus Herring, that's what Marcus Herring just said.
I'm sure. All I'm saying
He
is,
said, I'm sure. Stop this, Marcus. Yo,
sure.
all I'm saying is Buffalo has the clearest path.
They don't have a clear path because you can't
Clear
because
path.
Buffalo can't stop the run.
That's why right there, and that's my Achilles heel to this Bills team. It would be different if the Bills was like in the middle of the pack in run defense, or they were like 20th. The Bills are like damn near dead last in run.
And no one fears
Cranberry pineapple juice, Melissa.
No one fears your receivers. If I'm playing Buffalo, I'm just telling you this is.
Oh, you said neither can Denver.
Denver can't what?
Mm-hmm.
Denver can't what?
He about to explain it right now. Marcus will explain it.
Because in Houston, we already seen. I think a matchup against Houston would be even worse this time. I think it would be.
Denver can't stop the run.
Denver can't stop the run? Okay. All right. Well, then I guess James Cook would have to get 25 carries in that game, 25 to 30 carries. I guess so. But guess what? That means you would have to see a whole bunch of RJ Harvey. You'd have to see a whole bunch. And guess what? You'd also have to see some Cortland Sutton. And you'd have to see that ferocious Broncos pass rush. So we'll see. It's
I got Buffalo Bills running backs dominated the Broncos. All three running backs scored on them.
Last year. This ain't the same team. You're talking about last year. You mean before they got Dre Greenlaw? Before they got Dre Greenlaw, before they got Hufanga? Before we're talking about that defense is different this year. Where do we have the Broncos defense at? Where we had the Broncos defense at as far as defenses in the league?
Top two,
top 3. Mm-hmm. That's not the same defense from last year. So saying what you did last year, that's
he said you can't rush the passer when the Bills running the football.
Okay, that's fine. And you can't do what you want to do when y'all got to try to stop RJ Harvey.
Or when you got versus Jacksonville, he said.
Say what now?
He said, "Did you see what happened against Jacksonville?" That's why I just told you.
Jacksonville's for real though. Jacksonville. Who's got a better defense, Buffalo or Jacksonville?
Ooh.
Who's got a better defense, Buffalo or Jacksonville?
Oh, see, that's an interesting thought. I'm gonna have to actually look
the other Josh Allen, the defensive end, Josh Allen, he's a problem over there.
Hold on.
Jacksonville's defense is legit. They are legit. Jacksonville's defense is legit.
Hold on. I'm about to look it up right now. All right. Here it is. Total defense. Marcus the alphabets.
Yeah.
You're not going to like this.
What's that?
The Buffalo Bills defense is better than Jacksonville's.
All right. Okay.
By 2 spots. Do you know? Okay, watch this. I'm just about to tell you. Total yardage. Buffalo Bills, 4,671. Jacksonville, 4,764. And all it is that they give up about 6 more yards per game. They're pretty even, Marcus. That's all I'm gonna just tell you.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence, the past few games.
Watch this. The Jacksonville Jaguars pass defense, 3,455 yards passing. You know how much the Bills have given up in passing this year?
What's that?
2,507 yards.
Because people don't pass on them. Because why would I pass on them when I could just run the ball down their throat?
Now watch this. You want to hear the crazy disparity between the Bills' run defense and everybody else's? The Bills have given up 2,164 yards rushing, which is a whopping 144 yards per game.
Why would I throw the ball when I could
hold on, Michael. Do you know that on this page, there is no team that has given up over 2,000 yards rushing except for the Bills? Hold on, watch this. This is crazy. Because I'm just looking at it. There is actually 1, 2. There's only 2 other teams that have given up more rush yards than the Buffalo Bills. Do you know who those 2 teams are?
Rushing yards? No.
There's only 2.
Who else? Who are the other 2?
The Cincinnati Bengals.
And Dallas?
And the New York Giants.
Okay. That sounds about right. I'm just saying that's not good. Because in the playoffs, that's what people are going to try to. If you see the Chargers, they're going to give you a lethal dose of Omarion Hampton and Kamani Vidal. If you see the Broncos, you're going to get a lethal dosage of RJ Harvey. That's what they're going to do to you. So. We'll see. Make sure.
How many yards do the Bills run for per game? Yes. Now watch this. How many
Mhm.
yards do the Bills run for? Oh, we know the Bills. I think the Bills is number one in run offense. By the way, yeah, the Bills actually. The Bills. Oh my goodness, Marcus, do you know where the Bills offense rank this year?
Yeah. Probably like top 5.
It is. It's number 4.
That's it.
You
Yeah.
know what the crazy thing is?
What's that?
This is why I want to slap this is why I want to slap Bean for not getting Waddle. Your offense would be even better if you had Jaden Waddle too, because you could use play action. Big dumbass. They have 373 yards per game. They've passed for 3,213. They've rushed for 2,383. There is no team on this page that has 2,300 rushing yards on this page. In fact, there's no other team in the league that even has 2,200 yards rushing except for one team, and that one team is the Baltimore Ravens. Other than that, and the Chicago Bears. Other than that, no other team has rushed for more yards.
I'm surprised I'm surprised the Lions ain't up in there. I'm surprised.
The Lions have 1851.
Yeah, I would think that the Lions would be a little bit more. All right, I'm about to jump up out of here.
158 yards per game, by the way. 159 yards per game the Bills rush for.
I will do I'm gonna do a coffee talk tomorrow. And I guess I'll preview the game. I don't know if you'll be up, Torch. If you want to jump on in the morning, I'm going to do it at 10 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow before I start moving around.
We know it's the Bills. The Bills are the number one
before the game starts. So I'll be doing a coffee talk tomorrow and previewing. What are there 3 games tomorrow? I'll make my predictions tomorrow. I'll get with Ramona and see what's up with her and get her picks. Make sure that y'all get y'all's picks in for the Alphabets Football Show Pick'ems League. We got 32 games left. We got 32 games left in the regular season. 2 more games left. So 32 teams play 16 games a week for 2 weeks. So there's 32 games left in the regular season. So, and from 1 to 7 is separated by 5 games. So if you miss a game, you don't make your picks. There's 3 games tomorrow. I bet you there'll be somebody, man, I didn't get my picks in for Christmas. I can't help it, man. I can't do nothing for you. So make sure y'all do that. Tune in tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Tomorrow morning, Torch, I don't know if you'll be up. You're welcome to come through, but I'm going to do a coffee talk in the morning to make my picks.
I'll be up. I'll try to slide through there. Matter of fact, I'll leave my computer right where it's at right now just so I can slide through there.
I'm going to call my mom now. Happy birthday, Mom. I'm about to call you real quick. I hope everybody has a great night. Merry Christmas. It ain't quite Christmas here yet, but Merry Christmas to everybody. We appreciate everybody who comes through. You did 2.5 hours.
Yep.
Nearly 3.
Our last show of the year. Sure did.
But I hope everyone has a good one. And like I said, appreciate you. Get your merch. 27 short sleeve t-shirts, 37 long sleeve t-shirts, 52 hoodies. Make your arrangements for the Alphabets Football Show Rise Up Family Meet and Greet, April 23rd through the 25th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the 2026 NFL Draft. I'll be there. Torch will be there. Mona will be there. Devon will be there. Make your arrangements. Make sure that you at least set up where you're going to stay at, because all of the hotels and Airbnbs are selling out. Come here. Frank, come here. He's looking like he better let me out this house. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm about to jump out of here because my dog is looking at me like you better let me outside, man. Merry Christmas, everybody. I will see y'all in the morning. Coffee talk. Let's call it eggnog talk. We'll call it eggnog talk tomorrow. We'll be doing eggnog tomorrow morning. Have a good night. We'll see. I'll see y'all in a few hours. and we'll make our picks and everything. Okay. Be safe if y'all are going out tonight. Some people are doing stuff. Just be careful. The world's a better place with you in it. Okay. See ya.